Welcome to Footballers Convention, World Cup edition. Got a couple special guests with me, but before we jump into that, let's look at some of the lineups today. Mr. Mask, tell us what you see here.
Yeah, so Higuain is coming in instead of
Sergio
Aguero. So he's going to be the guy that they're looking for to score the goals. Di Maria is coming in as well. They're going to be getting the ball to him quite a bit down on the left-hand side. One change at the back. Rojo, or I call him Rojo.
as he's known in Ireland, all over.
But it's Rojo.
All over the Republic.
Yeah, but they dropped Caballero. Armani's coming in his place. It's a strong lineup for Argentina. They need to win this game. So it's going to be tough, though.
Interesting choices by the new manager, Lionel Messi, of course. Bringing in some other names. Ever Banega, I think, also. That's a pretty big one. I think.
Yeah, Banega's coming in to kind of hold that midfield tight. If we have a look at Nigeria, though, I like Nigeria. I really do. They have a lot of players with a lot of pace. Mikel is back in the team. He's going to be there trying to stop Messi from moving forward. Iniacho has a lot of pace. And also Musa, he scored 2 goals the last day. I reckon he could be the guy that they're looking to score the goals.
Let's take a look at the other match that we've got our eye on, Iceland and Croatia.
Yeah, so Croatia changing 8 players from the last game. They're bringing in Kramaric instead of Mandzukic. Modric is still on the pitch though, but they had loads of players. I think Rakitic got a yellow card. They're kind of saving them because they're already through to the next round.
2 new center backs. It's also a cause for concern. It's always a little shaky to juggle your defense like that, I think, regardless of when the match is being played or what the circumstances.
I'm liking Carlucci. He's a decent defender. Used to play in the Premier League. He also has a yellow card, so he must be careful as well. But another thing I want to look at is Kovacevic, the Real Madrid player. I reckon he could be one of the bright sparks, and he could potentially create a lot of chances.
Well, both matches getting underway. Let's have a look here. Gents, got us a couple guests here. As promised, introduce yourselves. Let's start down here with Mr. Ben Hooper. Tell the world who you are and what you're about.
My name is Ben Hooper. I run a company called Bumpy Pitch, which is it's a fashion brand that's inspired by sort of the culture and lifestyle of soccer. I had a very short career as a professional soccer player. Lasted about all of 1 year.
Where'd you play?
Really? I played in Holland.
What team?
A team called Fortuna Sittard.
No way.
Which is a small club.
Yeah, I know them.
They actually, I believe next season they'll be back in the Eredivisie.
Great.
Interesting story with them is when I was there, I ended up just kind of like being in the reserves because the person that played the same position as me, that was in the first team, was Mark Van Bommel.
No way.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
So there was like
Yeah.
no chance that I was good, right? And
you didn't get linked with Barcelona? Or?
No, none of that. None of that happened for me. I kind of stuck in the reserves.
Yeah.
And the manager at the same time was a guy named Bert van Marwijk, who is Australia's manager in this World Cup. He took Holland to the finals in 2010, and Mark Van Bommel married his daughter. So, little random piece of information.
He's also the Australia assistant manager.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a massive link there. Yeah.
There's a big link there. Yeah.
Keeping it pretty tight.
Yeah.
Was he a good manager?
He was. I mean, when I was.
Oh, we went into PR mode.
No. Well, so here's the thing. So when I was there, Fortuna finished. It was the highest finish they ever had. They got into the Europa League, I believe, or at the time it was the Intertoto, maybe. This is a while ago.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a huge fan. Let's just say he wasn't a huge fan of foreign players. So that was kind of the thing. So not only was I behind Mark Van Bommel, he also wasn't a big fan of foreigners. But
shot in the dark here. You're American?
Yeah, lucky guess.
Got it.
Yeah, that's kind of a little fun fact.
That must have been tough. Was there I know you said some bit of anti-foreigner bias, but was it even tougher being American, feeling like maybe you had something to prove, or people thought you did, or
there was a lot of just simple things where like we do like so we're doing like a finishing drill or something, right? And people are missing. I shoot one over the crossbar, and people would say like, oh, you're not playing American football, or so like just little things like that. With those at times there was little digs, which in some ways made it more difficult, but then once they kind of accepted me, then it made it almost better too.
Okay.
So it was an interesting, it was interesting. I was like 19 years old, I was a young kid. Like
incredible experience, I'd say.
Great experience. Yeah, it was fun. You know, got to make a little bit of money for kicking the ball.
Sure.
It's a dream.
Yeah.
That is a dream, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Got to play with the U.S. under-23s for a bit while I was at the same time, so.
That's awesome.
Yes, and then, you know, you look at guys like this and it's like, wow, they're. Because the thing is, too, is like, you know, you play at a certain level and you realize everybody's really good, and then these guys are just like, even like Mark Van Bommel, right? Like, everybody on the team's good. And then there's just another level of like.
He can do it. What's he bad at, right? What's his
right, yeah. It's just like a whole nother level of quality and the way, you know, they read the game and, you know, just a little bit better technically and see things a little quicker maybe than other people. So, you know, you watch some games like this and just imagine like how good these guys actually are.
What have you got your eye on in these games? Well, first of all, which game are you focusing on especially? Is it Argentina and Nigeria, or?
I think so. I think Argentina and Nigeria, just because there's so much on the line, I feel like Messi's legacy is a little bit, you know, this is potentially his last World Cup game. And if they crash out in sort of spectacular fashion, like it's gone so far this year, I think that's, you know, it does affect people's perception of his, you know, where he stands in history. And I just get a feeling like he's feeling it today, like he wants to get after it and see what he can do. So I think, and also too, like I really like Nigeria. I like the way they play and they're a fun team to watch. So I would say that, you know, given that Croatia's already through, Argentina and Nigeria, there's so much on the line for both teams. I think that's the game I'm a little bit more keen to watch. But then it'd be fun too, like who knows, maybe Iceland does something and, you know, continues their great story that they had from the Euros. And
yeah, no matter what, one of those teams, those three teams getting through to join Croatia, there's a story there,
There's
right?
a story there, yeah. And this is, I think, you know, we were talking earlier, it's such a great game day because all the teams have a legitimate shot of going through.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty impressed how Argentina have started this game.
Yeah.
They look like they're actually up for it. Messi has a bit of a smile on his face for a change. He looks as though like this is his last opportunity, and they are definitely up for it. They started off the better team here as well, but I reckon this game is going to have loads and loads of goals.
I think so too.
Because both teams need to win.
Both teams don't defend particularly well.
Exactly right. And they're going to go for it. They're going to absolutely go for it.
You forgot to introduce yourself as well.
Oh yeah, Mr. Mass TV. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to see, hopefully, Messi trying to do his bit for Argentina for a change because he's been really poor so far.
You were big on the Nigeria train going into this one, though. You thought they were going to get
I was.
points.
I mean, like, as I said to you before, they're 5-1 to beat Argentina today, which is a massive price, a great value price, I reckon.
Also another competition you probably want to tell the folks watching about.
Oh yeah, so basically we have a World Cup jersey to give away. All you need to do is name the next goal scorer in either game. And if you do correctly name the next goal scorer, we'll put you in a hat for a draw on Thursday.
Heated balls will not be present. No frozen balls. It'll be fair. This is not a FIFA run draw by any means. This is totally legitimate.
It's totally, yeah.
We've got the technology. And it's got to be the first goal scorer from either match. So if you predict someone in the Argentina game, but someone scores for Iceland, it's got to be that you need to get the player from Iceland. Okay.
First goal wins.
First goal win. Old school rules.
Well, last goal wins is really old school rules. Yeah.
Yeah. Next goal. Car. Yeah.
Next goal, yeah.
Car coming.
Play on.
And Gabi, introduce yourself here. Let everyone, all your fans know.
Gabriel Ramirez, professional human being, lover of soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Just happy to be here with you guys, man. It's fun.
Predictions? What are you thinking?
Oh, Messi, go on.
Already. Look, 10 minutes in, Argentina is hungry. I mean, they need to be, right?
Of course.
Messi, you can already tell, right? You're saying he's smiling. He looks a little more lively. In the last 2 games, man, he just looked lethargic.
Yeah.
Except for a little. I was talking to my dad about it yesterday, and he had that little moment in the last game where he showed his frustration at the end when he got fouled. Right?
Good.
Right. Like, come on, man. Where is
Yeah.
that? You gotta have that all game, right? So I don't know, man. I'm torn. Like I have friends from Argentina. I'd like to see Argentina go through, but at the same time, it's kind of not that Nigeria is really an underdog. I don't know, but it's kind of nice to see the Giants fall sometimes. See maybe another team make it really far in the tournament and
Chaos.
and see someone else take
You want a bit of drama.
the trophy home. Yeah. Drama's great, man. Drama for your mama. Come on. And then Iceland, Croatia. As little as I know about it, Iceland's culture just seems like a lot of fun, man. I like their support, their fans. I'd love to see them go through as good as Croatia is and as good as they are for the tournament. Their style of play, as fun as it is to watch. I would love to see. That's total underdog story right there. Iceland go through.
Sure. At some point, though, you have to say they're just a good team, right? I mean, they're not a fluke anymore. It's not a one-tournament wonder. If they get through, you go, well, all right, these guys can play. Maybe not the flashiest, maybe not the headliners, but
and they're holding their own in a really difficult group.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think behind the scenes with Argentina, like they're an absolute.
We got to talk about that. It's the best soap opera there is right now, right? Every rumor that comes out of there, I want to believe it so badly.
Have we seen Sampaoli on camera yet?
One, he had on the track top.
They say, hey, keep your arms
He wasn't
covered.
even like in a suit like he was before. He just looked like he might as well be like another player on the.
No extra small shirt. We don't know what's under there.
But I think the story of Argentina, like all the drama and all that right now, like it's good for. Just conversation and like it's fun and speculation and
it is fun to speculate.
Yeah. And like there's such a passionate country too, like so I can only imagine like the speculation in Argentina right now. Like all the media and the newspapers and the reports coming out must just be absolutely insane.
So apparently
see there he is.
Mascherano and Pavon had a bit of a bust up on the training ground. Like they actually had a bit of a fight apparently. Ooh. The other thing is that the head of the Argentinian FA held a press conference with Lucas Biglia and Mascherano without the manager.
But they said everything is fine. They said the manager wasn't there, and Mascherano goes, everything is normal with the manager.
Like that is the height of disrespect.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of just saying, listen, this guy is manager only by name. He's not really the manager. He's not really kind of pulling the strings behind the scenes because I think they've all lost confidence in him.
I think so. I read a report that he wasn't even like picking the team.
Yeah. But I think that's the reason why Sergio Aguero got dropped because I think he started to kind of revolt against the manager.
Bad ball.
Nigeria.
Way too slow.
Just couldn't make up his mind.
Mascherano, well done. He did very well there.
That's a veteran defensive play there, huh?
The best part about this Argentina soap opera or whatever it is all the Maradona shots in the crowd. Because is there any nation, we were talking maybe a little bit with the Dutch setup, but it's so incestuous where you've got Aguero marries Maradona's daughter, they have kids, huge falling out, like Maradona I think won't talk to him or like it's very terse, the whole thing, but he's still there watching him at every game and stealing all the headlines and the camera shots. It's so bizarre. Like what?
It's embarrassing. Like it is absolutely embarrassing. If I was an Argentinian guy looking at Messi or looking at Maradona in the stands, he's making a holy show of himself, as we say in Ireland. He's just
holy show
of himself. Yeah, he's making a fool out of himself.
Okay.
And like in fairness, like he's probably one of the best players of all time, and he's kind of ruining his image by the way he's acting, in the stands. It's just embarrassing, man.
I mean, he didn't have the best reputation when he was in his prime, right?
I don't think so. I think
debatable. Yeah.
In Argentina, they're happy to look the other way as long as they're winning World Cups.
Exactly.
But yeah.
The Wookiee, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're well, pal.
Oh, what a ball! What a ball!
Here we go.
There
we go. Here we go. Finally.
There he is.
That was it. That's what we're waiting for.
Yeah.
He's still got enough in his locker to put the team on his back.
If he wants to.
If he wants to.
Yeah.
And he looks like he wants to.
He does.
I'm Argentinos.
There he is.
Oh, Maradona.
Yeah.
He's
on something.
He's
all right?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
He's not drinking Pepsi anyway.
No.
Yeah.
MS finished that with his right foot. You don't see that a lot.
And it was a hell of a finish.
And he had a lot to do as well, and the defender was on his shoulder.
What's the conversation about? Don't tell me he's off.
No, he's
I
not.
don't think so. Just to bring that
Look
down.
at that. Brilliant.
Wow.
Brilliant. Well done.
Phenomenal. Great ball, too.
Yeah, lovely ball. Look at that control.
Right down with his left thigh and left foot.
Yeah, that's so good.
Thigh, foot, have it.
Perfect.
Boom.
He couldn't waste it. If he was too slow on anything, defender catches him.
I feel like there's a few people that probably guessed him as the next goal.
We had one in YouTube who went with Musa. Apologies, Ibutu, but it wasn't Mr. Musa.
Try again. Try again.
Wow.
What a
That
great
was
response.
that was it. That's it right there.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for. Yeah. Still feeling good about 5-1 on Argentina to win.
5-1 on Nigeria to win.
Yes, sorry.
Listen, it's not over yet. It's only 15 minutes gone. Like, I'm not convinced by the Argentinian defence. So, listen, they have one of the best kind of strikers in the world, and they're good going forward. But when it comes to defending, they're weak.
Still one mistake away from
your mate Rojo. I mean,
my good mate.
He is.
Don't talk about a Man United player like that. He's not my mate.
Oh yeah, that's right. Actually,
No.
yeah. But he's weak. You know, he could be a liability back there. We've already seen a mistake. Again, the other thing is Armani. He's playing.
You can say that with a straight face.
He's coming into the squad as well. I mean, he's got to do better than Caballero, who was absolutely.
Armani?
That's his name. Yeah.
Who's Armani?
Goalkeeper
For Argentina.
Oh, Caballero's not in.
Well, he's technically the third.
Apparently,
string
Gucci was
goalkeeper?
injured, so Armani.
Gucci was busy. Romero was hurt, so they brought in Armani.
Yeah.
See if he suits the team.
Yeah.
Ooh. Interesting stat they popped up on the Iceland-Croatia game. Croatia's around 108 passes already. Iceland 26.
Wow. There's a little
26.
insight into possession.
That Croatian midfield is pure.
Toughness. Yeah.
Do you think? So we were talking about some of the permutations. If they were to come up against Spain, so okay, if they win the group, and then we said they'd be playing Denmark. If they get past them, probably Spain. Is the Croatian midfield the only one maybe that can really go toe to toe with the Spanish team?
Yeah, like
in terms of at least of winning that midfield battle.
Yeah.
Everyone else just gets outpassed by Spain, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Belgium has a
decent midfield
as well.
Yeah.
But I think Croatian midfield is probably like.
The good thing about Croatia is I think they're on the right side of the draw. If they win this, or if they finish top of the group, which they should, they'll play against Denmark. Denmark are no great shakes at all. They're not a good team. And then after that, they play the winner of the Spain game.
Spain-Russia.
So, like,
I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably Spain.
Yeah, I would say Spain
Unless
as well. But listen,
ponies up.
Listen, I'm not convinced by Spain at all.
I'm not convinced by Spain either. And Russia, like the first two games, the way they pressed, like they pressed really high and put teams under a lot of like.
But the thing is,
a lot of running, a lot of oxygen in those blood cells.
I mean, the first two games I watched, I was like, I don't know if I've ever seen a team this fit as them. Because usually a team will like press,
and then they
get tired, they sit back, or maybe they score once you score the first goal. Now you start to sit a little bit, and they just would press more and more and more. It's unbelievable how fit that team is. I'm just
kind of thinking that like we should kind of take that with a pinch of salt, because the opposition that they're playing against was brutal.
Very true. They had a very nice draw.
It's kind of like the same with England as well. Like I think they're getting carried away a little bit.
A little bit. Like they got lucky.
They got lucky against Tunisia.
Tunisia.
Like, and Tunisia aren't great, and England didn't play particularly well against Panama. Listen, come on, us four could probably beat Panama on our own. Do you know what I mean? Like they're that bad.
I think I could get on the score sheet against Panama.
I think Croatia-Spain that'd be an interesting one.
Yeah, on the other side of the draw, it's Uruguay versus Portugal. What do you think of that? Do you think?
I don't think Portugal is particularly good.
No.
Not at with the teams that they're playing or whatnot. I don't think it's a balanced team. I think if you saw yesterday Ronaldo had an off game and they struggled. They couldn't break down. I mean, Iran was really like tactically sound and defended very well, but they couldn't break them down. And I think against Uruguay they'll struggle.
I think so too. Yeah. The thing with Uruguay is that like they have the likes of Cavani and Suarez, and as we've seen, that Portuguese defence isn't great either.
No.
Jose Font, I think he might be like 32 or something.
Pepe's up there too.
Yeah, I mean Pepe again. He's getting old. He's like, what is he?
He's always been reckless. Even in his prime, he was still reckless.
Exactly. He makes mistakes as well.
You know, and Uruguay, in fact, they got players like Diego Godin, who's a fantastic defender.
Yeah,
Uruguay's two center backs are solid.
Solid.
And Jimenez and Godin play for Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
And they're their centre back partnership.
They're so solid.
Yeah.
Man.
So I think that's a very, very difficult game for Portugal. And I mean, if I had to predict, I would say Uruguay wins that game. And they're tough too. Like that's a tough team. Like they play well, but they're also, you know, nails.
Yeah. Also, you know, this generation, they've got experience now from the last 2 World Cups.
Sure.
You know, they're not in awe of the moment or anything like that. This is what we do. We live in the later rounds of the World Cup. So.
And that's actually what I thought about this Argentina game too with Nigeria. Is like it's a young squad, and is the moment against Argentina when Argentina needs to win almost too big of a moment for them?
It's a good
Maybe
point.
not.
Yeah, no, it is a good point. Yeah, because I think they are one of the younger teams in the tournament. And they haven't really collectively played at this level.
Right.
When this means so much.
Yes.
But when you look at like the likes of Argentina, even though like they haven't really done well overall as a collective team, they have players who play week in, week out at such a high level in games that really matter.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at players who should Messi be fazed by the moment? Not really. Yes, there's a lot of pressure when he puts this shirt on, but you know, he's been in enough big matches where he shouldn't. Higuain, he should be looking for redemption, right? He should want every chance he can to do something great for Argentina, so everyone forgets the final in 2014. Aguero, look what he did for Man City when there was tons of pressure on him. He scored that 90-whatever minute goal to give them the title over Man United.
Yeah, against QPR, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, Di Maria played for Madrid. He played for PSG.
Mascherano, all these guys.
All these guys. So, and that's when I was thinking about this morning. Was like, as fun as Nigeria is, as much upside as they have, is this game, is this moment. It's a big moment. I mean, imagine playing Argentina. You have a chance to go through, they have a chance to go through. It's a big, big moment with a lot of pressure. And it'd be interesting to see how they respond to that. Especially now already, early on, you're down 1-0. Like,
as a fashionista, Ben, what kits have impressed you the most?
Oh man, so many this year. Obviously Nigeria, like not just their kit, but their entire the entire collection they had.
That's the one everyone's talking about.
That's what everyone's talking
sold
about.
out, didn't it? Like,
sold out in a handful of minutes.
Was crazy.
And there's probably more that you see. Obviously, all the teams had jerseys and make a big deal out of it, but Nigeria had a whole collection. I mean, they even had like bucket hats and fanny packs.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the whole thing.
It's Nike, right?
Yeah,
Nike
did it.
So on Instagram, they had that little slide. They had the multiple pictures.
Yeah, and they shot it really well. I like this Croatia kit a lot. This black and sort of tonal navy one. The Columbia one looks great. I think this is the best looking World Cup in a long time. The Peru kit obviously is like
that's
classic
class.
and kind of like perfection.
How do you feel about the newest U.S. kits, the stars?
It's funny. I had a conversation with somebody about this the other night, and I feel like I would have liked it a lot.
Yeah.
But given the fact that they didn't qualify, and this is a kit that like they should have worn in the World Cup, it had like a bad taste for me.
It's a little tainted.
It's a little tainted. Like it could have been, but no. And so like even when the friendlies they played recently, it's like it was so hard to kind of like get into any of it because it was just that taste of like supreme disappointment.
Man, kind of a waste of a kit.
It is, but it looked good on the field.
Yeah,
like when they did wear, like, wow, that's
does.
a sharp kit. Like it looks good, but I couldn't fully like get into it because of the disappointment of them not being there.
The heartbreak.
Yeah.
Do you draw influence from like specific World Cup kits, or where's that sort of how's that process?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, a lot of the inspiration is just stuff that either I grew up with. Or stuff, like I said, I played and so on travels and different things. I just kind of always reference those things. And so there's definitely some World Cup influence on some of the stuff. And I think I tend to sort of gravitate towards the history of the sport. So like, maybe something from like 1970 or from, I was talking about the Detroit Express thing. So kind of looking at references from the past and if there's a good story to it, I think it makes for better design, right? As opposed to just designing something for the sake of design. If there's a story that ties into it to sort of Like that's the stuff.
Like what's an example? What's an example of that? Is there something like that piece that you've?
So we did a shirt, and we did it in a few colors, but it was a tonal shirt, and it had this sort of gradient checker pattern on it that you couldn't really see from too far away, but if you got up close, you could see it. And it was inspired by the Umbro shorts that we wore growing up. Like that was like the one thing. Like every team in club soccer had those Umbro shorts.
Yeah.
And so we took that and turned it into a new pattern and did it on a T-shirt. You know, when we launched it was like everybody could, at least every American kid that I knew grew up at some point wore those shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was sort of like one thing of you know.
Like instantly relatable.
Instantly
like,
relatable.
I know
Go,
that pattern.
That
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know, we tried to update it a little. I mean, you can only update a checker pattern so much, but we made it, you know, very tonal and added a little bit to it. But stuff like that, where people go, oh, like, I get that. Like, I have my own story with it, right? And we did a shirt one time, and it was a subtle one as well. And it was like I don't know if you've ever noticed, but in a lot of games, like at night, the floodlights make like an X pattern on the field, like behind the player. I don't know why.
They're shadows.
Yeah, I don't know why in soccer it's like that, but you don't see it in American football, but like, so we did this shirt and it had it like sort of like floodlights and an X pattern. And again, it was like, if you're a soccer person, you probably watch the game and you go, I recognize that. So things like that are, I think, relatable for us as soccer people, but also if you're not a soccer fan, it doesn't feel too like
exclusive.
It's too exclusive, too like in your face. Like, look at me, I'm a soccer ball or something.
Right.
And so those are the things that I think I tend to gravitate towards.
That sounds cool. Sounds cool.
I've got a quiz question for you, lads.
All right, hit us with it.
Here we go. All right, so in which city was the first World Cup game played indoors, so under a roof?
Detroit.
That was what degree? This is a pretty good degree of difficulty. This one's
Is
not.
it Detroit? So was it 1994?
Any other answers?
Okay, so read it again. Read it again. Read it again.
Okay,
I don't
so
know this one. I don't know this one.
In which city was the first football World Cup game played indoors or under a roof?
Retractable or fully indoors?
I think it's a retractable roof.
It's a good save.
Detroit sounds like a great guess.
I don't know. Yeah, U.S. feels kind of about right.
Bang on.
Is it?
Yeah, bang
The
on.
U.S. game, right?
Yeah.
They played, Eric Ronaldo scored a really great free kick in that game.
So it was in Detroit City in the Pontiac Silver Dome Stadium in 1994.
That is, I'm pretty sure that is the first time you've ever read Pontiac Silverdome. Just right here, you learned what the Pontiac Silverdome was, and it's a stadium in Detroit. Right now, there's a teachable moment we just all witnessed.
That was good, man.
Was that AstroTurf? Was it probably?
No,
turf?
I think they laid down.
Really?
Yeah, because FIFA won't allow AstroTurf. Except here's
Except for
another
the women's
World Cup, and there's for a long time there was only, I think, one stadium that was FIFA approved that had turf, and it was Saprissa in Costa Rica, and that's why whenever teams would go to Costa Rica to play in qualifiers, that's such a difficult time because it wasn't a grass field.
How do you, man? I don't know about having turf for official competitions like that, because you again, slide tackling is so dangerous. We were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
So even 5-a-side, 7-a-side, we play on turf, but for these guys, like you gotta hold back, because if you go full out slide tackle, you're gonna rip half the skin off your leg off.
I always do. Perpetual. Nothing. No, hey, you can't rip off skin if it's not even there.
Yeah, that's right.
But I do remember from the last Women's World Cup, I think that they were complaining, and some
It's
of the players
ridiculous.
were posting pictures of their legs afterwards, and just straight off.
In fairness, there's a lot of teams in Scotland and a few teams in Ireland actually that have that type of pitch, but it is more cost effective. It's a lot easier to maintain as well.
Right.
And especially for like the lesser teams without that massive budget, it's just better for them to have it. Even though I don't agree.
When they don't have the
cost effective
Shamrock Rovers transfer kitty dollars at the war chest that you guys have.
Listen,
over
just because I support my local team, I don't support the team from the other side of the world.
there. I haven't been there, but once I go, I'll probably never come back. I'll be home for the first time. So. And our Detroit expert, Terry, over there says the Silverdome was destroyed last year. And I said, whoa, what did they put there now?
Oh, really?
Absolutely nothing. There's nothing there.
Okay.
just rubble. So Iceland's kind of had a little more possession now. They've had some set pieces, a corner kick, and a free kick. I think in this game is going to be best chance at scoring goals off
Set
set pieces.
Set pieces,
sure,
exactly.
for sure.
Yeah. So in each of the last 4 World Cups, Nigeria have qualified, and they were also in the same group as Argentina. So 2002, 2010, 2014, and
Nigeria and Argentina.
can they do it in 2019?
They know each other. They play against each other.
Let's see, Gilfie. What do you got?
He's got to go straight for goal, huh?
Got to from there.
Oh! Ooh, good save. Good save, keeper.
It's a good strike, too. This is so much better from Messi.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
But you can just see that they're not giving Nigeria a second on the ball. They're so high up on them.
On the press, yeah.
On the press, yeah.
Probably because they know they're not very good in the back, so it's like, let's
Yeah.
try and win the ball as far away,
Force
as
them
far
over.
as possible.
Wasn't that what Sampaoli was trying to get them to do the first couple games? And they were like, no, that's not the way we play. So, like, is that the ultimate slap in the face? To be like, manager, you're out. Hey, let's take
Hey, let's do the exact same thing you wanted us to do. Yes,
You
that
do
would
better,
be,
yeah. That would be brilliant. And if there's a team mutiny, what's the hierarchy then? What comes next, right? Is it the guy who's the most vocal? Like, is Aguero now call the shots, or is it Messi? Is it the guy with the biggest star? Like, who?
I'd say Mascherano seems like a guy who
Yeah.
is controlling that dressing room.
Probably.
But in fairness, I think Messi as well. I don't think Messi likes Sampaoli. But Sampaoli has to pick him because it's Messi. But imagine that, like, you're a manager in a World Cup. Oh, here we go. Go on.
Higuain.
Oh! He didn't
card?
attempt to get the ball.
No,
Probably
Do you
because
send
the
him
other
off for
defender
that?
was there,
Oh,
right?
That's the only
I
reason
think
why.
probably because the other
Maybe.
defender was right next to him.
Here we
So it
go.
wasn't-
Here we go. Get it out.
Do you
Yeah.
do
He was
do you
last
do
man
the-
back.
I love that
Yeah.
this is a thing now.
I want to do this like any time in my life now where there's
Yeah.
a disagreement. I just
Yeah.
want to go to my girlfriend and be like, hold on,
Hey,
we got to go to the
Yeah,
replay.
exactly. You said you weren't hungry. I never said that.
Hold on.
I thought my brother was telling me though that it's supposed to be a rule that if players make that sign, it's supposed to be a yellow card. They go up to the ref and they do this.
really?
It's supposed to be a yellow
That's
card.
one of those
offense.
weird cultural things. I never understood, like, how it's
That's a good
It's like
point
consent
there.
or
exactly like when someone asks for someone else to get booked. That's like that's an unspeakable act. I don't know. I don't get why. Like, if you feel you're fouled and you want to ask the ref, why isn't it a yellow card? But
Having looked at this again,
is he already going down?
I think
He clipped him.
I don't know if he
Was
was
it
it his
Di Maria?
momentum
Was it
going
Higuain?
forward or was it an actual trip?
I think he clipped his heel.
If he was last man back, he should have been a red card. But I think there might have been a guy beside him.
But this is a dangerous position. This free kick right here.
It's on the wrong side from Messi, though,
Who
isn't
takes it though?
Messi outside. Messi with the Quaresma outside of the left.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The reverse Quaresma.
I don't think I've ever seen Messi do that.
No, he won't do that. I'd love to see it, but he won't do it.
This is probably one where you kind of wish maybe you had Aguero still out there.
Yeah.
Or will he go near post?
Oh, he might actually. Yeah.
There's a lot of space on the
There
near
is,
post,
yeah.
Keeper can't see it either.
If he can get up and over.
Up and over, yeah.
which is tough when it's that close.
Yeah. A couple yards back and it's much easier.
This could be it.
Let's see.
It's your chance, Messi.
corner
Come on,
kick.
buddy.
Under the wall.
Look at the other side.
Iceland?
Oh, Iceland! Come on! Who?
The last day of group play is just it's the best. It's
brilliant.
the best.
I feel like I'm going to go into like a slight depression after it's done.
Friday. I'm just gonna sleep. Finally.
Oh, that's it too.
That was a great strike. I still think you should have gone near post, Messi, but
Did I hit the post or did the keeper save it?
I mean, it might definitely hit the post, but keeper
Yeah.
might have got a hand to it.
Because he wasn't expecting that. Everyone was going to say he's going to hit it down the left-hand side.
Yeah. Smart, because you go far post, by the time the keeper sees it, it could be too late.
Look at Iceland over here. Like their main kind of threats are corners, free kicks, and the guy with the long throw in there. It's such a weapon, though. Like it really is.
Yeah.
Did you
You don't see it often.
Who was the guy? Was it the Iranian fella?
tried to do the-
Yeah.
no,
Oh man, like the last
that
second
was
of the
pretty.
game.
That was pretty AYSO. I
That was amazing. But for all the wrong reasons.
yeah.
It's just and the build up too. He's like blessing himself.
Yeah.
He looks up to the sky.
This is it. This
Yeah.
is my moment.
Yeah.
He's looking for divine intervention. Like
You had
that.
one job.
Yeah.
Womp womp. You good?
I'm dying over here.
What's up? What's up?
World Cup fever.
Wash my hands. Let's see. Did you get touch?
Yeah,
He did. It was a good save.
Great save.
Fingertips.
He's feeling himself today.
Yeah. Even his body language.
Yeah.
He's just like, right, I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like he's up for it.
He's got another goal in himself today.
Nigeria hasn't really shown anything. They haven't really had any clear chances.
Or possession, even.
Yeah.
No.
I think possession must be like, what, 70-30 or something?
Yeah, it's got to be.
That's a safe bet.
But the thing with Obi Mikel coming back into the squad, like he was supposed to be kind of like blocking down any chance that Messi gets on the ball. You haven't really seen that.
No.
Like they're giving him a lot of space, and you can't really afford to give Messi any space on the ball. Full stop. Like.
No space.
So that's a new thing for me, actually. Just looking at the hoarding there. Oh, McDelivery for McDonald's. We don't have that in Ireland.
No?
Not yet.
No?
Not yet.
Do we have that here?
Would they?
Yeah.
We do?
We do?
Yeah. Uber Eats.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah,
can get
yeah.
a McDonald's delivery.
Uber Eats, Postmates.
Grubhub.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of grocery stores are doing delivery now too.
Yeah.
Have you got Deliveroo over here? No. Deliveroo.
Deliveroo?
No.
No.
It's kind of like guys on bikes, like on cycle bikes.
Oh, okay.
And they deliver stuff, like deliver like fast food or whatever.
Mm. Will they do only food items or?
Mostly food, yeah.
Yes.
I think it's only food from
Okay.
for now. Fun fact. There you go.
At
Deliveroo.
first, I thought the McDonald's one was like silly because it's like you're always like it's like a spider. You're always within 8 feet of McDonald's, right? Like no matter where you are, you're always
true,
so
yeah.
close. But
It's so
it
handy.
saves you the shame of like
Going into
That's
McDonald's.
right.
Yeah.
looking at the dollar menu and then ordering 5 things because it's only $5 or whatever. It's just like, don't have to be seen in the drive-thru.
That's probably the biggest part of that.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
We got any more next goal scorers coming in?
Iceland.
Yeah, next goal scorer in either of the games, Croatia, Iceland, or Argentina, Nigeria. Name the next goal scorer for your chance to win a World Cup jersey of your choice. You can even pick the Nigerian jersey, which is probably the favourite so far. And we'll put you into the draw on Thursday.
Where's Jack Kraft? Yeah, I want to hear what he's
Yeah,
he's already in it, is he?
Jack is not in, I don't think yet. We have 3 entries so far. So listen, the chances of winning are huge. Massive.
True to the Sport says that Iranian player who went for the flip on the throw is the hero the world needs. He had a dream and he went for it.
Yeah.
Was it? I hope that wasn't the same one that missed that shot against Portugal at the
I
end,
don't
right?
think so.
That would be a
That would be
cruel,
too
cruel
cruel.
world, right?
No. It wasn't the same player. It wasn't the same player.
It can't be.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. That guy, man, that guy was in tears after the game,
Yeah.
missing that opportunity.
It was very close.
Oh,
There it is.
There we go.
Play him,
Messi.
he's
On the
through.
left.
He should. Oh.
Di Maria.
Oh, come on, man. You should be doing better than that. I'm not a fan of Di Maria.
Really?
I think he's overrated.
I think
What's that?
I think he's a little past it.
Overrated.
I loved him when he was just when he left Benfica. I thought this guy's unbelievable, and it's just I don't know.
But remember, he went to Manchester United. He completely flopped.
Yeah.
He was
Did
brilliant.
not work out there.
Yeah, that was great. You've got David P. says Perisic is going to be the next goal scorer.
Perisic, okay. Not a bad shout, actually.
That's not a bad shot.
Pascal
Came in
Rana.
hot there.
I love that. That's going to go over well in, where is it, China? Is he in China?
China,
now?
he's in China at the moment.
They're going to love that there.
His boyhood club.
Yeah, the dream come true.
Yeah. How much are they paying him over there? They must be paying him a lot
I
of
think
money.
he's playing for free just because he wants to
For the love of the game,
give
yeah.
a year of service to
Of
his
course.
boyhood club.
Yeah, big time.
How much was Carlos Tevez on there? Wasn't it like 600 grand a week or something?
Something like that, yeah. 600k a week, like.
In China?
In China.
Yeah.
He was the world's highest paid player, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I love when they do the like minute breakdown. Like you're getting like 20 pounds
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever
they break
minute.
that
just
into like the second. How much he's
Yeah.
getting a second? Like
yeah.
Ooh.
Croatia looks like they've been a bit pinned back.
Yeah.
I suppose like with Croatia here, like they've changed.
foul, no foul.
their players.
Ah,
Oh,
first-
That was a great chance.
Oh, so close.
The former dentist manager.
Really?
Yeah. I think.
I think he's still a dentist.
Is he still a dentist?
think
Does he
so.
still have a practice? Yeah, I think he might actually.
How hard do you think it is to get an appointment with him?
Oh.
I'd say it's pretty
difficult.
Yeah.
Oh man, he did miss so much.
And how soon until we get like a big Hollywood movie with the goalkeeper who does like directing, right? Like,
Oh, that's right, actually. Yeah. Apparently, like he released some kind of like promo video.
It was great.
and apparently it was excellent. I haven't
The
seen
Coca-Cola one?
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
the Coca-Cola one?
Yeah.
was it?
Amazing.
It was so good.
Yeah. And then I saw another story that one of Iceland's other players is like the only player in this World Cup that had to ask time off from his job to be here.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I forget what kind of factory he worked in or something. It's amazing, man.
But the thing is with Iceland, they're actually the real deal. I mean, in the
they can
Euros.
play. They can play.
The Euros, they got to the quarter-final, they beat England in the last 16. You know, they're not a bad team. Creatively now, you know, they're
Sure.
not the most expressive going forward. But in fairness, Croatia are not really kind of, they don't need to win this game. The rest of the 8 players, you know, Iceland are going to go for it. But the only question is, do they have the ability to break them down?
Yeah.
Whoa, what a shot there from
The old
Nigeria.
shot for a throw-in.
That was always real embarrassing.
Yeah.
Is that a Tabu who plays for Stoke City?
New signing.
Yeah, that's right.
He's won so many duels though. He's for them. That's a great signing.
He's a solid player.
Yeah.
He's not the greatest at shooting though. As we've seen.
It's not what he's there to do. Stoke. If he was, Stoke City couldn't afford him.
Oh, yeah, Stoke City are now in the championship though. aren't
Yeah,
they?
they got relegated.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll take a look at halftime at some of his
The stats.
stats. Although I think largely Nigeria have sort of been on a defensive mission first, right? Him and Mikel kind of trying to block Messi from freedom, free runs running through.
In fairness though, like I don't think they're doing a great job of it. But the other thing is,
So they're trying. That's the plan. It's the mission.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't say it was. You know.
let's call a spade here. Then.
Yeah.
So which Football World Cup was the last to have a knockout format? So no group stages.
Just straight knockouts?
Which Football World Cup was the last to have a knockout format with no group stages?
I'm gonna go with 38 because then that was the break, and then the next one was 1950. So I feel like we got our shit together by then, and the war was over, and everyone's happy. Ish.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
38? Okay.
38 was the last knockout only.
Anyone else?
I'll say 50.
Say 50?
Yeah.
I'll say 66.
Okay. Sevi Sanchez. You're an absolute machine at these quizzes. France 1938. How did you get that?
Should have known better.
Just because I remember the first couple were very small. It was that's why U.S. celebrates how far we got in the World Cup, and it's like, yeah, you got an invite to a 4-person party or whatever. But I just figured sometime over the break they would figure it out.
Oh, I'm very impressed with that. That's good.
That
man.
is impressive.
So Argentina now are in second position in the group if the results stay the same. Can we have a look?
Just fact checking you here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see Nigeria.
Yeah.
They
Wide
don't look very
standings.
dangerous, man. I don't know. They're not able to keep possession very well, especially up in their attacking third.
So Croatia, Argentina are going to go through if the results stay the same. Find out next week.
Previously on
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
previously. Messi was shite, but now he's good.
What was that?
Oh,
he's
ref, get out of the
milking
way.
it. He's milking it though.
Oh, that was
What
good
is
tackle.
going on?
I don't think I don't know. It didn't
He,
look like
he
caught
got the
his head
ball,
at all.
but his boot was
Is that Iheanacho?
shoulder
Super high.
height.
Yeah, he did get the ball, but it was
Iheanacho?
way up there.
That's what you're talking about, the Argentine defense. All of a sudden, it's just like, oh, there's the ball.
I don't know if he actually caught him. I think Iheanacho's trying to get the VAR high kick called.
You gotta milk it.
You do.
Watch.
Oh, I don't know.
Did he get him?
Yeah,
you know what he did? He saw
Oh,
his
that's
boot
his
raised.
name.
Look, he put his.
Oh, no. Ooh,
I don't know.
Oh, we know in
Ooh,
France
yeah,
he did.
shin guard,
He
man.
did,
Ow.
yeah. That's
That's
a
a
broken
foul.
nose. That's a broken nose right
It's a
there.
foul. Does VAR review that?
He was pulling him back before that as well,
Yeah.
though, wasn't
Yeah.
Maradona, he's now asleep.
He's not well, is he?
He's not well, man. Like,
No.
get him out of the stadium.
Like, I just feel bad. Like, success ruined him, right?
Yeah.
Like, or maybe he would have always been that way. But I just feel like.
I suppose like it's like any kind of
Oh,
superstar.
Iceland! Watching in the back room. What was that?
I love that.
Everyone's hard at work here, obviously. Yeah. That was
Guys
good.
screaming in the back.
Wow.
Iceland.
Oh, man.
What a
What a
save.
great save.
What?
Yeah, he's got one.
Saves that one. And then he saves it in this shot with just the foot.
Ooh, deflected. So he didn't know
defender
anything
and
about
goalie.
that.
So no VAR review on that, huh?
That was. There's just no need to put your foot that high.
But the thing with the whole VAR thing, I think it got kind of exposed yesterday with Ronaldo. I mean,
You think
the referee, right, should have made the decision of not to book Ronaldo or to give him a red card because he blatantly.
cop-out. It was a cop-out to yell out.
He blatantly elbowed him in the back of the head.
Pretty sure FIFA was on that phone call though, and
Of
they were
course
like,
they were.
book him, fine.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
not send
exactly.
him off.
There would have been a
Exactly.
message on the VAR, like the TV,
Yeah.
say, don't send him
Don't
off,
send him off.
please.
Yeah.
Feel free to book him, okay?
Yeah.
But because I mean, you have to send him off for that. Like
You do,
It was
absolutely.
aggressive, and he definitely tried to.
All his only intent was to hurt.
yeah,
it
that's it.
wasn't any sort of play.
Malicious. That's a foul.
Whoa!
Coming in hot.
Yeah.
This
I
might
think
be
the
the
second
game.
half of this Iceland-Croatia game, Iceland's just going to be flying around.
Yeah.
We'll see if they can keep it up.
Yeah.
Man. Put some subs in, fresh legs. Yeah, Iceland. Come on, man.
In the box. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh!
Save!
Wow.
Wow.
They're going for it.
He hit that really well.
He did hit it very well.
Ooh.
Nigeria free kick.
Here's Nigeria.
He pushed me.
Was it the Iranian player yesterday who said after the match, and it was caught on camera, VAR
I think it
is
was,
shit.
Morocco.
Was it Morocco player?
It was Amrabat.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah.
That was great.
That was brilliant.
I like because he really took the time to make sure you could read his lips.
Yeah.
Halftime for both matches. Pretty cracking stuff, though.
Yeah, man.
It was
For
fun.
only one goal in 2 matches,
You're pumped.
I'm pumped a little
Yeah.
bit.
Is it really VAR? That's bullshit, or because when it comes down to it, it's still the referee's decision.
The
Yeah.
biggest mistake, I think, of the whole thing is that they're bringing in new technology that hasn't really been fully tested to one of the biggest sporting events in the world, and they're basically piloting it during the World Cup, which I think is an absolute mess.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised there hasn't been more F-ups before this.
So maybe they say, okay, not this World Cup. Let's implement it in some other leagues first for the next 4 years. Then maybe put it in
I
the
think
next
it's the Bundesliga had it all season.
That whole season, but that's one season.
No, yeah, fair.
One season, and again, it's as you can see, like where do they make the decisions? Like, what happens if a player is fouled outside the box? Do they need to go to the VAR, or what are the rules of the VAR? Because I don't think most people know.
People don't really understand.
Yeah.
We just know there's this video technology,
Yeah.
and so we get upset when the right call doesn't seem to be made.
Yeah.
Or it's not in our favor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Speaking of technology and
Look at
people
this.
fumbling through it, we've got the best, and we still make mistakes here. Which match do you want to look at first here?
Let's have a look at the Nigeria-Argentina match. What we go?
Halftime.
Yeah, I suppose, like as you would expect, Argentina having the vast majority of the possession. In fairness to Nigeria, though, they had 4 attempts, but only 1 on target. You can see Argentina are playing a lot better in terms of shooting. They're getting 60% of the shots on target, which is a decent record. And again, 82% successful pass rate, 232 passes versus Nigeria's 118. So this is where it counts.
Look at their passes in the final third are actually pretty comparable.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose, like, when it matters, when you're looking for the ball in the final third, they're actually pretty even, which is surprising.
Let's take a little look at where that possession happened.
Yeah, so I mean, as you would expect, again, the possession is quite a bit in the midfield, but Argentina actually only 21% in the final third, which is quite a small percentage. If you look at other teams that have actually controlled the ball, who can control the match, it's actually quite low. And again, Nigeria only 13% in the Argentinian final third.
Which team should we look at first? Should we look at Argentina?
Let's look at Argentina. Right, so Messi is the kind of main man. He's the furthest forward. But again, I suppose he's not really... You would expect him to be a little bit more forward, especially with Argentina having so much of the ball. Who else can we look at here? Anyone else stand out?
That's kind of odd. We've watched a lot of games now and done the average positions, and rarely do you see a team so evenly spaced. Is that coaching or lack of coaching, or what is it? What do you attribute that to?
Like behind the scenes in Argentina, it's a mess. Like
No, everything's perfectly fine.
No, but I reckon the players are kind of going, listen, forget about what Sampaoli says in the dressing room. Let's make our own decision. We don't respect the guy. He hasn't got a clue what he's talking about. We know what we do. We know how to play, and let's play our way. But one other thing I want to say about this is you would expect maybe their wing-backs to be a little bit more involved, obviously keeping the two centre-backs in the centre of the defence here. But I'm surprised that Mercado and Tavalico are not really getting into the game a little bit more, because I think down the wings they can expose Nigeria a lot more.
We were talking a little earlier that maybe their centre defenders are a spot of weakness. Perhaps this is kind of to protect them a little bit, give them a little cover, and they figure, look, we can sacrifice any attacking from our fullbacks because look who we've got up front. We've got Messi, Higuain, Banega. Yeah. These guys that's alone enough to create and score goals.
What I would say, though, is that Mascherano is, like, he can play in defence as well, but he is that cover. He is the guy who's going to be that defensive cover right there. He's played at centre-back for Barcelona in the past. He's also played in midfield. And I think I don't know, he might be a little bit past it at 34 years of age, playing in the centre of the park versus a very, very pacey Nigeria team.
Let's take a look at the Nigerian team. What stands out at you here?
Yeah, I think Musa maybe playing a little bit more kind of deeper than you would expect. He's the guy who would expect to pass the ball to. He's very, very quick, and to run over with a through ball. As we've seen before with Argentina, they are kind of weak when it comes to the over-the-top ball. Is there anything that stands out for you there?
Just maybe this little trio in the midfield, perhaps that's a result of Messi playing in that middle position, or perhaps trying to crowd it out a little bit, not give him room to do his little 1-2s and his layoffs and goal, and force him maybe to get the ball to Higuain out wide or something like that.
Yeah, Moses needs to be in the game a little bit more. He plays for Chelsea.
I haven't seen him doing anything.
I haven't seen him doing anything. Like, he is great going down that wing. And Iheanacho and Musa, two very, very clinical strikers. Haven't really seen too much of them either, but in fairness, they haven't been given the ball.
Of course, you got to start with Lionel Messi's pass map.
Well, listen.
Encouraging, discouraging? You want to see more or less? What type of pass?
To be honest with you, I'm actually quite impressed by Messi. He's actually shown that he's a bit about him in this World Cup. He's trying to get into the game. If you look at the forward passes, we can see that he is creating more so than in the last match. And he's getting forward, he's getting on the ball. Even though there are 3 unsuccessful passes, he has created 2 chances in the first half. So yeah, he's doing much better.
What other player we want to see? Maybe Banega, one of the new players, right?
Yeah, how's he
comes
getting
into
on?
The center midfield.
Yeah, so he's made 40 passes. He's kind of maybe trying to focus. I suppose he's kind of focusing on the left and the right hand side. He's giving the ball, distributing the ball to both the wingers. But again, I haven't really seen too much of him. Maybe he's that kind of player that is more of a blocker, as I say, and he doesn't really kind of create. Because a lot of those passes are to the side as well.
Let's take a look at the whole Argentina team, the sum of all their passes.
One thing that stands out here is that there's been a lot of unsuccessful passes as well. But obviously Messi is on the right hand side. He's kind of playing like a free role, even though he is the centre. He's kind of playing a free role, but trying to give him the ball a little more on the right hand side.
I mean, he likes to pick it up there. You can almost see it's almost magnetic. He picks the ball up and can run and get a little pace behind him when he's coming towards the box, so he can keep that ball onto his left foot.
Yeah, one interesting thing I'm looking at here as well is that Di Maria is on the left, And like you can kind of see like that, you know, okay, he's been given a few balls, but when he's gotten the ball, he's been really ineffective.
Let's take a look at Di Maria's pass. Not enough.
That sums up his first half. 60% of the passes that he made were unsuccessful. And if I look at it here, most of them were, there's only one successful pass going forward. Like, that's not good enough. This is, like, Di Maria plays for PSG, and he's been exposed. Look at that. This is really bad.
Perhaps you might see someone like Aguero slot in for him in the second half if Argentina find they need another goal.
There's a player on the bench who is one of the best players, like, all year. Dybala should be on this pitch. It's an absolute joke that he's not playing instead of Di Maria. Like, Di Maria is just not showing me anything here. I suppose his heat map, you'd expect him maybe to be on that side, on the left-hand side, but as we saw before, when he gets the ball, he's been brutal.
Maybe you'd like to see, you're seeing a lot of high concentration of action here, maybe you'd like to see that a little bit further forward where he's in a position to whip in that final ball or find a way to have a shot himself, where from back here he can't really do either of those things.
I know, but the thing is, right, if they get the ball in the midfield, I want to be looking out for Messi. I'm saying, forget about Di Maria. He's shite. He's brutal.
You're over him.
Yeah, I'm done with him.
You're off the Di Maria train.
Yeah, he's bad. So get the ball in the centre of the park. Give it to Messi. Forget about this guy on the left-hand side.
And I think I have an idea where Messi's been spending his time, but what do you take from this? What do you think?
Well, I mean, you know, from this, I think from the last match that we saw, he is getting the ball more deep, but then he's running with the ball more so than in the last couple of games. And like you would expect him to kind of be in that kind of free role where, okay, so he's kind of focusing his attention on the right-hand side, but whenever he gets the ball, he's out here on the left-hand side as well. But he's the kind of guy who can change a game.
Well, let's see how that all resulted. We can see Messi already had 2 shots, forced a save, and scored that brilliant goal with his right foot.
Yeah.
Argentina as a whole, not a whole lot more in terms of attempts. Outside of Messi, there's only three other chances.
Yes, I suppose it is difficult to break the Nigerians down, but when you have players like Higuain, maybe you have to do a little bit better in terms of being able to, you know, take a few shots on target.
On the other side of the pitch, not much better for Nigeria.
Wow, this is the Atebo
I love that
shot.
I love that.
This is great.
That's my favorite right there. I'm going to take a screenshot of that later. I love that. That makes me feel better. Football players, they're just like us, right? Like, this is great.
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, they're trying to break down a very, very weak Argentinian defence. They should be doing a lot better in front of goal. Those shots are just, woeful.
Should we take a little look at the other match?
Yeah.
Iceland and Croatia. Let's jump right into the analytics.
So yeah, from what I've seen so far, you know, in the game, from kind of little snippets from watching it, it seems as though Iceland have been kind of getting a little bit more chances to score goals. But if you look at it, in the final third, it seems very, very even for both sides. Both are around 20%, and there's 60% down the middle.
Average positions. Maybe start with Croatia.
Yeah, I suppose with Croatia, you know, they actually are playing quite deep, in fairness. But you would kind of expect them to kind of go down the centre a little bit more, because I think that's where their kind of their force is. Perisic, maybe, you know, he's playing quite deep. Like in the last couple of games, he's been playing out on the left wing a lot more. His heat map has shown that as well. And Piaka, is that the guy who's replacing Rebic? I think it is.
I think so.
He needs to, like, the thing is with Croatia is that there's 8 players coming into this team. They need to show the manager that they can replace the starting 11. Kramaric as well. Haven't really seen too much of it in the game. He wants to get that place instead of Mandzukic. He's playing quite deep though as well, isn't he?
Mm. Not quite the star on top of the Christmas tree formation that we were expecting here.
Exactly.
Maybe we'll look at pass map of who else? Luka Modric.
Yeah, the main man, one of the best players in the World Cup so far. Again, you'd expect that 39 passes, only 3 unsuccessful. When he does get the ball, he's kind of distributing it left and right, But when he's going forward, if you can have a look here, yeah, I mean, that's so much better.
That's positive.
That's so much better than was it Di Maria. I mean, look at that compared to Di Maria, and you can kind of see, you know, when he does get the ball, it's effective.
We look at the zones. First, we'll look at Iceland. They've been coming heavily down the center, which I feel like the last few matches we watched, usually they've been shifted. Not just them, but every team has been shifted towards the wing.
Yeah.
What do you take from that? Is that?
I think they're probably trying to focus down the centre quite a bit because, as you said, Croatia are playing their kind of the Christmas tree formation.
Trademark.
Trademark, yeah. So maybe, you know, they are lacking down the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So maybe if they focus down there. But again, Iceland, in my opinion, don't have the players to really kind of expose a team like Croatia. Yeah, Croatia going down the left-hand side more so. You'd probably think that Perisic is their biggest threat, so he's on the left-hand side. So I would, give the ball to him, see if you can cut inside. The guy on the right-hand side, Piaka, is not really kind of in the game a lot.
Probably one of the weakest in the team.
And it's showing here on the in the percentages.
If you look at Croatia, where have their shots come from? Deep.
All outside the box.
Yeah,
so they're probably looking at the Iceland defence going, right, the Iceland guys are just blocking everything.
There's no space to run into to play the ball forward into the box. You can't even get it in there.
Exactly. Take a shot. Have a go. And they fail so far, though.
Iceland, we saw a lot more action.
Look at this. This is great. Okay, so they've missed 4, but they've made the keeper work, and that's the most important thing. This shot here from the left-hand side, they got the big beard. I don't know what his name is.
Someone's
Gunnarsson.
Gunnarsson.
Is that a good place for Burnley, is it? I'm not sure.
Does he?
Yeah,
Factchecker.org.
Yeah, but that was a nice little shot there. But again, it kind of goes to show that Iceland are going for this. And the good thing about this group is that Iceland, Croatia, Nigeria and Argentina can all potentially get to the next round. Croatia are already through, but it's the other 3 teams that can get the second place.
And if we take a little look in the future about who might be coming through,
here we go.
What do you see here? So if we're thinking that Croatia can hold on and win the group, they would all of a sudden end up in this spot playing on Sunday against Denmark.
Yeah, this is the side of the knockout round that I would want to be on. Denmark, no great shakes. They have one player that's decent in Eriksson. If you can control him with that midfield that Croatia have, they can really block him out. And then you're going to be playing against Spain or Russia. Not convinced by Spain. I think they...
I'm not convinced by Russia either.
Oh, but listen, Russia are gone. I mean, Spain are going to hammer them. It's just going to happen.
On paper.
Nah, listen, come on. Spain, they will beat Russia, but I think they will struggle. If they do play against Croatia in the next round, I think Croatia are going to absolutely destroy them.
Looks like these matches are getting ready to kick back off, so let's rejoin the second half.
Cool.
Nigeria right away sub at half. They brought in Igalo from Watford.
Who came off?
That's what I was checking right now.
Was it Moses? He was pretty anonymous for me.
Evil Scotsman 28th. How you doing, buddy?
Evil?
Evil Scotsman 28th.
It's a bit redundant, isn't it?
It is a little bit.
Ibutu, he's coming in hot. It says next goal, Higuain. So.
Higuain, okay. Not a bad shout, actually.
Trying to see who came off for Nigeria. Who came off? Oh. Iheanacho.
Really?
I wonder if he actually did get injured when he took the
he might
shot
have
to the head.
Shin guard to the face.
Yeah.
Right away, Iceland with another
set piece. They're going to do it, aren't they?
They're going to get it.
They're going to do it. They're going to do it.
Sigurdsson in the box. Go on the head.
Ice in the veins.
Nah, too close to the keeper.
I feel like Argentina's going to get a little comfortable when they start looking, we're going to go through. Iceland might just score that last goal to put them out.
Do you reckon this could be a 0-0? This one here, the Iceland versus Croatia.
What about it?
Do you reckon it could be a 0-0?
Could be.
I don't know.
I don't think it will.
You don't
Based
think
off
so?
that first half, I don't think it will. I think someone's going to nick a goal.
So after 37 games of the World Cup, there was finally a 0-0 draw. That was Denmark versus
I
France.
heard it was pretty
37 games.
pretty uneventful.
It was pretty.
It was poor. Yeah.
We had a pretty good run though.
It's a great run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's been more penalties in this World Cup than any other World Cup so far.
Do you think
as
that's
well.
because of VAR?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think so. It's 191 million living in Nigeria. I didn't know that was that big.
What do you extrapolate from that when they put the population stats and all? Is that a non-stat for you, or you think that really matters?
Well, I mean, like, you know, it means that there's more people available to play. I mean, in fairness to Nigeria, they're the biggest drinkers of Guinness in the world.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
How do you know that?
Yeah.
That's an interesting fact.
There you go. Just yeah.
Why is that?
It's well, you know, there's 191 million of them. Yeah, apparently it's made there as well, actually. And they distribute it.
Are you supposed to say that? I don't know if you're allowed to admit that sort of stuff.
Yeah, listen, it's fine.
They might take your passport when you got back at Dublin, huh?
Yeah, biggest drinkers of Guinness.
Hmm.
Are we getting a fact check there, Terry?
Yeah. Just hear the keys going.
She was a little better on the Silverdome stuff. She had that ready.
Quick. Yeah.
Nigeria's put them under a little bit more beginning of this first or second
They're getting
half.
back into it. Yeah.
If you're Argentina and you go, all right, we can get through with the win, but it's not guaranteed, right? Because if Iceland wins, then they'll take it on goal difference. Do you treat that like right now in this match? You go, we're agnostic to everything else going on. Let's just win by a few goals, or are you really? Is it a situation where you're really your manager or whoever that is checking the other game and telling you, okay, just don't give up a goal. We're good now, or how do you approach that?
I think they will be looking to see what the results or how the other match is going. They'd be stupid not to.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
did they just give him a penalty?
No. Yes. You just what happened? Mascherano yellow for what?
Mascherano.
Was he pushing? Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Penalty? Oh.
I don't believe it. So he looks pleased about it. The best is when they do the VAR room and they see, and they've got like the program feed, which is of themselves, and you just see them watching themselves.
I'm not sure that's a penalty.
That's not. That's not
I think
penalty.
that's a penalty, lads.
Think so?
No.
Yeah, I think that's a penalty.
Little
can't
tough.
The last bit.
He's
yeah.
watching.
He
No,
pulled him down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
right
know
hand
he-
is grabbing his arm.
he's watching the ball the whole time though. He's not. It's a little position.
No,
But
that's
you
a
can't
penalty.
do
That's a
that.
penalty, man.
I
You
don't-
can't do that. Though. As much as defenders do it, you can't do it.
The guy is
And-
experienced enough to know
He's a little guy though. What's he supposed to do?
who Mascherano.
Stand
Yeah,
him
it's
up,
not gonna-
or put somebody else on. Put somebody else on that guy.
Right, he's going to miss. This guy is going to miss. I got it
The
right
oracle
yesterday.
is spoken.
Yeah, I got it right yesterday with Ronaldo. And the player's going to miss.
You got it right with Ronaldo and the Iran game, the Iran PK. That's
right,
He
yeah.
said he'd make it, and he smashed it.
Yeah.
Wait, what's going on?
Just trying to like
Handbags, I think.
get position.
Whoa.
Off the
Is that Kramaric?
Croatia.
Oh. If I was Mascherano, I just,
Just leave.
just leave, man. Like, what are you doing?
It's done. It's
done, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. Referee's not going to take it back once the decision.
Victor Moses, he'll sky it. Tell you what, Caballero would save it though.
Oh, yeah, he would.
I've always loved that guy.
Moses is taking this right now. I wouldn't think.
Wow,
That
that was
was-
nice and easy.
That was very good.
Very calm.
One thing I don't like about
Oh,
the
wait.
two-step penalty,
It's too easy to put it over the bar.
as well as that, if the keeper saves it, you're not on the momentum of running forward
True.
to be able to kind of whack it in
On the rebound.
on the rebound. Exactly.
I just think when you take the two steps,
Yeah.
you're leaning back. You're not over the ball, and it's too easy to pull it up.
I'm not convinced by that penalty. I thought it was pretty weak.
You don't have to be. It's 1-1. Yeah. Do you believe that? Do you believe that?
I know, but listen, we can be critical. We can be critical.
We have to be.
You know, it's not all results based. You know.
So on this now, Nigeria will go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nigeria.
Nigeria has
second
3, so they'd have
points.
4.
Yeah.
Argentina would only have 2.
That's right. So that answers your question of.
Croatia with the goal.
So Croatia still goes through. That doesn't change anything.
No.
Doesn't change.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
At this point. But I'll tell you what, that helped Argentina.
Iceland's getting so
It did
close.
help Argentina, didn't it?
No matter what, Argentina has to win. They're not doing anything unless they win this match. So, but at least 2-1 would probably do it for them now.
Oh, come
How long
on.
did we wait to bring in
Yeah.
Dybala?
Man, like, why is he not getting a game? Like, it just doesn't make
Brilliant
sense.
player.
Is he too similar to Messi?
That's what they
He's
say,
kind of
but-
playing in his position, but I mean, you know, when you have the likes of Di Maria on the left-hand side, you just get anyone else in there that can play football.
The only time I believe in too similar to position is if they're both goalkeeper. That's the only time I go. Other than that, I go, if they're a good player, yeah, you want other good. That's great. They're similar.
You want the best players
Great
on-
player.
right.
Yeah, let's have another one just like him. You want that.
But if you look at England and what they do,
Do we have to?
but what they do is that they play the best players and they fit them in.
You find a
to
way.
this- Exactly right.
That's the manager's job right
Yeah.
there. That's top manager stuff. Is you find a way to make that work.
and as we all know, football is coming home this year for England.
It's
So
So they keep saying.
They beat Panama, so it must be.
That's what they keep saying.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Messi wants the ball on the field with them at the same time?
I mean, if I was Messi, yeah, I'd want a player who has the ability to create as well as me.
Who can pass, move,
Yeah.
smart, see
Now,
things.
I know what you mean, though. I think he might get less of the ball, but you're giving a player who is excellent at getting on the ball and creating chances, and he can run and he can dribble.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah. Iceland.
If at this point Messi hasn't realized that he needs to not
Step
have the
up.
ball the whole time,
Yeah.
he's done that. He's at this point he's done enough of, all right guys, sit back, I'll just dribble around the box, look for a little angle, and then I'll shoot, and it hasn't worked for him, right? So if he doesn't realize that he needs other players to create something and to be the focal point at times, what's he watching, right?
Yeah. Guinness is also made in the US, I've been told.
It's probably better than that one, huh?
Yeah, but they do it for tax reasons, apparently.
Interesting.
Instead of so they don't have to import it
Yeah, I don't know
or
what the
export it.
ins and outs are.
Hardman David P says, not a lot in that penalty for Nigeria. VAR has gone mad again. If that's a penalty, then there are 10 penalties every match.
I agree with that.
There are. That's the thing. There are, but refs don't call it.
We've
right?
let it get away so long.
Oh! Iceland hitting the bar. You should have scored that.
Seemed like they got a goal in them.
Oh man, it's a
Wow.
free header. He needs to do better.
Yeah, that's wide open.
Yeah. But that was Harry Kane now.
He would have scored 2 goals on that one.
How do you rate England so far?
I'm not overly impressed with them. I mean, they've gotten 2 results, which is great. I think the first match, they got a free header at the end of the game, and I think that gave them probably a little bit of inflated confidence.
Yeah.
And then they go and take care of Panama, which
Yeah.
again
Great,
gives
yeah.
them more inflated confidence.
Yeah.
I think Belgium will be a real test for them.
Yeah.
But the one thing I do like about them is that they did go young, right? They at least feel like have players in there that want to get after it a bit.
Yeah.
But I think that they're a ways off from the better teams in the tournament. But you have Harry Kane that can score. Obviously, has 5 goals in 2 games.
Sure.
So if you got a goal scorer like that in your team, I think you always have a pretty good chance.
Oh, what a ball!
What about you? What are your thoughts?
I kind of agree with you in a lot of things you said there. I think that they have this kind of confidence of beating 2 very, very poor teams. I think they were pretty bad against Tunisia. Got a lucky goal at the end. One thing I will say though is that it seems as though the dressing room is there. I think that whatever Gareth Southgate says, the players listen to it. There seems to be a good atmosphere there, which is definitely going to help them. But my big question is, you know, how are they going to play against the bigger and better teams? Now, I don't know if we're going to see that against Belgium, because Belgium, like,
they're both qualified.
They're both through,
like, so it won't give us a good kind of representation.
And you might not even see it the next round too. If whoever it is, if it's Senegal, Colombia, you still might not find out if England's good for a while, assuming they. I mean, we'll find out if they're bad if they don't get advanced. But
I reckon if I was England, I wouldn't want to play against Colombia. I think they're probably the best team that I've seen so far. Now, I didn't say that at the beginning of the tournament.
They turned it on last game, though. You saw all of a sudden, Hamas, still a great player.
You know, even Falco with that finish.
Beautiful finish.
But Senegal against Japan, I just wasn't convinced. I know they have a decent defence on paper, but we didn't see it against Japan. So, you know, I'd say England can beat Senegal. I reckon, you know, they might beat Colombia, but it would be a difficult game, and it'll probably be the most difficult game out of those.
Got a few comments. Bulka Madafaka says, next score, Di Maria. Owen Parkin says, hey. Hey, Owen. Thanks for watching.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, and Ben, your take on England has got a lot. Stirred the pot a little bit.
I'm sure it did.
David P., who thinks the next score was going to be Higuain, says, not overly impressed. They won 6-1. What would have been impressive? 10-0? This is a self-loathing Englishman, because it takes a lot for him to support the England national team. He's a Spurs fan.
Too, I mean, my family's from England, so I'm dual citizen. I'm proud of being English and whatnot. So, but I just don't think that 6-1 against Panama is something to. 2 of the goals were on penalties, right? So it's not that it was a great result for them, but I think that against better sides, we'll find out more. That's what it is, right? They haven't played a team yet to really give us a true sense of where England is in this tournament. And Belgium, maybe, you know, like you said, since they're both through, maybe it's not a true test for either of them, because Belgium hasn't really been tested either. I hope England does well, but I just don't know if they've been tested enough to really know where they're at.
Which are the teams that have impressed you the most, then, more than England?
Croatia's been very impressive to me. I think Belgium's been, even though I just said they haven't really been tested, they've looked pretty complete. Mexico has looked good too. I think Mexico tactically has gotten it right so far. Yeah. They're really good on the counter. So I would say those 3 teams probably, but I think probably for me the team that's impressed the most has been Croatia. I think they've looked really, really good. I think the midfield is so solid. Individually, they're great.
Dismantled Argentina.
And the other thing, too, sometimes a part of it, and you mentioned it with the England dressing room, it seems like there's a good feeling with the England team. Croatia seems like there's a pretty good feeling with them as well. And I think that goes a long ways with, with the team in the World Cup.
The funny thing about Croatia is that you would think that they have a good kind of dressing room, but they actually sacked their manager a couple of months ago.
Right.
And apparently there's some issues with the FA and the new manager, and behind the scenes there seems to be a few issues, but it's not shown on the pitch.
It's not showing on the pitch. So that's news to me, because you don't see it the way, the mannerisms and the way that the team communicates and all that, but. And those are things, though, that, Spain's another one. I mean, you talk about a problem. They sacked the manager, 2 days before the first game?
Yeah. But, like, there's kind of 2 ways that, like, any kind of, bad news behind the scenes can affect the team. They can crumble, like, Argentina were doing for the first couple of games, or they can do with Croatia and just go, listen, let's go out there, let's represent our country and perform, and they've done that so far. Modric with the free kick. Was he actually going for the goal, or was he going over? Ooh.
Can't tell.
Does Nigeria, do they change anything now? Now that they go, this result suits us?
Now they maybe sit a bit more.
Yeah, I reckon.
Solidify it, cement their second
Having said that, though,
They're still going for it. Yeah. Even if we think they are, it looks like they're nah.
Ooh. They have to be careful, though. They have to be very careful. Look at this. This is the kind of thing, the counter-attack. This is what Argentina are good at. Look at the speed of this guy.
Who's in the box?
No.
Oh.
Ooh, foul.
I would have brought him in a little bit more. Maybe I think he took that across a bit too early.
Do you think there could be a reply in the Golden Boot race from Mr. Own Goal? Do you think he could rear his ugly head again sometime soon?
Who's this?
Mr. Own Goal.
As in, there could be an own goal here? Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, there's been a lot of own goals so far, so yeah, there's no reason why not. Mascherano probably would be my bet.
To score an OG?
Yeah.
OG scoring OG. Oh!
Oh! Okay. Oh,
that's a bad
that keeper took a bit of a kick there from
bad collision.
He's getting a yellow card for it, is he?
I don't think there was any malice in it.
Yeah, I think he was going for the ball and there was momentum kind of took him forward.
The referee has to have a little bit of discretion too in these matches when he knows like
everything's on the
line.
Yeah.
So any 50-50, they're going to have to go for it. They can't. I don't know. I'm torn between these two matches now. I honestly don't know which one. I guess it's still Argentina. It's more exciting, but Iceland have been pushing.
Iceland has been putting a lot of pressure. Eesh. Got his shorts. Almost pulled his shorts off.
There's no one running there. You kind of worry too for Argentina as the game goes on, because that's often sometimes where good management comes in, where maybe makes the right changes, or he knows how to keep the team settled, and so they don't start trying to do something that they're not built to do. And I don't think Argentina have that sort of resolve. I think as it gets closer and they get more anxious, it's just going to manifest itself all over the place.
There is definitely a possibility of that.
The one thing about the Iceland team and them needing a goal, if you look at the teams that the players, especially the forwards, play for, like the likes of Rostov, Reading, PSV in the Dutch league, and Augsburg. I mean, okay, there's a few decent teams there. Maybe PSV probably being the best. But I mean, that doesn't instill too much confidence that they have the ability to go forward with the teams that they're playing for at that level. Because they're up against players here who are playing at a different level, at a higher level.
Sure. You go, let's rest some midfielders. Let's bring on, who's that guy play for Real Madrid? Yeah, bring him on. He's probably all right.
Yeah. He just took off Modric.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said Modric out.
So that can change the game a little bit too.
Sure.
Box, Sigurdsson. The guy running in right there.
He's got 3 defenders around him.
Just hard on the ground across
just drill
across the 6.
Drill it and see what happens.
Do you reckon Sigurdsson kind of feels the same kind of pressure that the likes of Salah, Messi, of kind of like a one-man team?
Good player for not that great of a team.
Yeah. Do you reckon he kind of feels the same amount of pressure? Because so far, he hasn't been great. He missed a penalty in the second match I think they played in.
Well, as we all know, the Icelandic media definitely heaped that pressure on him.
At least he's not alone. Messi missing one, Ronaldo missing one.
He's in good company.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
It's a good question on how much pressure these guys actually feel. Right, when you're the focal point of the team and the team revolves around you, if you're not playing well, the team doesn't do well. It's a tremendous amount of pressure that they just can't escape, I'm sure.
But I think that's the kind of difference between like a good player and a world-class player, is that if they can play in these type of matches on this stage,
when everyone's watching and you have to be good, can you be good?
And in fairness to Ronaldo, even though I wouldn't be a massive fan of him, he's proved that he is able to take that pressure by winning the Euros a couple of years ago. I mean, that was an incredible result, and he did play very, very well in that tournament. Perisic now is saying that he wants to come off.
Or somebody else, maybe?
Which could be great news for Iceland if he does go up, because he's a massive threat going forward.
That's not a good ball.
No.
So in this game, Argentina need to score.
Yeah, they have to win. They have to win, no matter what.
Okay, if they don't win, Nigeria are going through.
As it stands.
As it stands.
Yes.
As it stands.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, right.
If Iceland wins and this holds, then Iceland goes through, right?
Yes.
Or they'd be tied.
I think then it comes down to
Nigeria
like,
on
I think
on
there's some
points.
goal
It comes down to goal
differential.
differential, right?
So if Iceland were to win,
Because that would give them
they would
4.
go
Nigeria
4,
would have 4.
and it would come down to goal difference.
Right.
Yes.
So Nigeria's
But-
goal difference wouldn't change, right?
Correct.
But then Iceland would have.
So Iceland would need
let's say
to
Iceland
win.
wins 2-1. They'd have +1.
They would need to score a few because they're
Oh, they need to
down.
score because they're
Yeah.
down. Oh, okay. Then they need to.
So Iceland is going. Iceland needs Argentina to help them now a little
Yeah.
bit. They need.
And then win on goal differential. with
Exactly.
Argentina.
They want 2-1 Argentina, and then they want to win this game.
So it was.
Until 5 minutes from now, whenever the story will be different.
Yeah.
and we'll
Yeah.
just jump all over the place.
Well,
For now.
that's the beauty about these kind of situations, though,
It's
isn't
so
it? Like,
fluid.
I love it. You know, this is what the World
Ever-changing,
Cup
yeah.
is
Yeah.
all about, lads. Apparently, Messi had his 32nd birthday at the weekend.
What happened to Mascherano?
Yeah, bit of
It's
a cut
his
there.
face,
Yeah, see his
yeah.
face. Yeah.
Messi get anything good?
So Messi, in the place that Argentina are based, the locals built a life-size cake of Messi. I think we're going to show it on the screen now.
Yeah. See this.
It's pretty.
But imagine that. I mean, that's such a nice little gesture from the locals.
Yeah.
That's a cake.
There it is there.
As a cake.
Wow.
Look at that.
It kind of doesn't really look like him. The face.
It looks a little chubby. They got the tattoos right on his arm though.
Oh, they do as well, yeah.
Nice gesture.
It is, yeah, that is pretty nice.
Where
And
do
it
you-
actually looks like him.
Where do you-
Remember the one that they did on Ronaldo?
This is
Oh,
the
the
statue
statue,
of the
yeah.
bust.
That was bad.
Where do you start eating a cake like that? Like, where do you, let me just cut off your foot. Like that feels like voodoo. Like,
I mean, that's a brilliant question.
Could you eat
do you
cake
cake
that
yourself?
looked like you?
Let me just take the face off. Like, well, I don't know.
Where
What
would
do
you start? Yeah.
Full Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, I'll just eat the eyes for a little.
Yeah.
I think you'd start from the top, right? You don't want to
Oh,
start
yeah.
cutting slices from the bottom because then you might topple yourself over.
It's like when you see someone like cut in the middle of a cake and you take a slice out and you go, what is this guy doing, right? Like,
Who does that?
Yeah, who
Well,
does
you've
that?
seen someone cut from the
Yeah.
middle of a cake?
yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it before.
What kind of slice are they cutting? Like a circle?
I mean, it's
You just got the knife
clearly
going
just
around?
I only want this exact much, and I don't
I
want.
don't
the
want this
end.
part. That's it.
Yeah.
Iceland with their first sub. Bring on number 9. I'm assuming he's number 9, a striker.
Something son, anyway.
Yeah.
Someone's son.
Sigurd's son's coming off.
He's someone's son.
And Sigurdarson is coming on.
There was one stat of the guy, what was his name? Daddy Bovarsson, I think his name was. And
What?
Yeah.
he came on for Iceland in the last game, and his attempts, he had 0 attempts on goal, and he was their striker. So again, it kind of just goes to show that
Quality's not there.
the quality's not there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but it's not there.
Well, see, Iceland still, man, they're still putting the pressure. Hoping for one of these crosses to bounce in their favor, I guess.
I think Argentina got to make a little sub here too.
Yeah, they have
Something
to.
just to.
Like Bala, he's
Dybala?
screaming out to be
Yeah.
brought on here, lads.
Dybala?
Even like
Put me
Aguero,
in.
you know, get Aguero on the pitch. Forget
Put,
about your
all, put
differences.
both of them on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly right.
I mean, you got to get a result.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when does panic mode set in here?
Right now.
On
About
the
now, yeah.
70th minute.
70th
Yeah, you got
minute
20
is a
left.
good time.
I'm a little worried. They're kind of playing those long balls and hoping that Higuain gets there, but
And he got there.
he did,
That one.
to his credit. But now look, they have all the bodies back. So what was the point of even playing it early?
In fairness to Nigeria, they're playing very deep.
That's a terrible ball.
This is their chance. These are counter-attacks here. Oh, you lose the ball there. Right,
Okay,
come on.
little
No one in the
mini
box.
counter.
Finally,
That's
one
that,
person.
man. Come
What
on.
was that?
What have you guys made of Higuain's performance today? Anything noteworthy? Is he worth keeping out there?
Kind of hasn't been. Doesn't seem
Haven't
like a
seen
threat.
much from him.
Doesn't seem like he's done anything.
Is he still at the level where he's a threat to score even when he's on and has a bad game? Or
Oh, yeah.
Just have it.
Oh! Armani.
Caballero would have caught it.
Yeah.
Oh, Iceland almost?
He would have picked it up from the back of the net.
Well, he would have rolled it to a Nigerian right after. But he would have.
I think Iceland got close here.
Offside. Both of them were, weren't they?
No, I don't think he was.
Oh, dude.
He missed one in the first match, just like that, running on.
There's your
There's
chance,
that quality.
man.
There's that quality. It's just not
There's your
there.
chance right there. And he
What was Japan? Just like Japan, the guy missed right in front of the goal for Japan. He said, if you don't have the quality, you're missing those opportunities.
You need to have a guy where that's automatic.
Oh, that's a great tackle there. That was Moses doing a bit of defending duty.
Jesus.
Okay.
We haven't gotten a nice Maradona shot recently, huh?
We don't need to see that.
He's probably in the toilet.
Man. We don't.
Can't look away.
It doesn't look good.
Okay.
No, that's not a ball good play.
Right, in the box. Lovely. Okay, yeah. Anyone there?
No
one there. Come on now.
Oh, it's still in! It's still in!
Corner.
No, corner.
There has to be something going on where you don't bring on Dybala or Aguero.
What don't we know?
It just doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the manager's playing on the field. He can't get his instructions back. He's,
And what Sevi said there a couple of days ago as well. Icardi.
Icardi's watching at home.
Top goal scorer in Serie A, and he's not there. You're like... But like, it kind of just shows the kind of what personality Sampioli has. Is that like he seems like a stubborn guy? It's kind of like, this is my way. I don't care, if he's not, going in my direction. You need to pick your best players.
That's it.
Just don't be stubborn.
There's a difference between being a good manager for a smaller country or team and being one for a big country, because it's a totally different mission. You have to make big egos, good players play together.
Handball?
Handball penalty.
He's giving it.
He's giving
it.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
Lovren.
Liverpool man. Send him off. Good luck to him.
Hey, get him home safe.
Yeah. He's better on the bench.
Yeah, why did they even bring him on? That's strange.
Oh, here. Okay, Sigurdsson. He missed one already.
Do you let him take another?
We're just talking about the amount of pressure someone feels.
This is pressure.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely him.
Oh, Lovren, buddy, what are you
too.
doing, man? Oh, that's shocking. Typical Liverpool defending right there, lads.
By any means,
before
no VAR in the Premier League. That gets waved off.
Get that stuff out of here. Get it out of his system.
Well, I reckon he's going to score this.
Oh, man.
Come on.
He has to.
Come on.
Wow, that'll make the last 20 minutes of these games.
Yeah.
Gilfie. You could have
Top right. Here we go.
Oh,
come on.
Roof of the net.
Come on, Iceland.
Here we go. Minimum 15 minutes left.
Now, how's the screen look?
Let's have a look at the...
It might take a sec to
to update.
Minimum 15 minutes left. They can do this. Iceland can do this.
Yeah.
But they need Argentina to score
we need
too, right?
We need a second to update. We'll come back to it.
I jumped ahead. I got too excited.
Yeah, they're still the stats man's still celebrating
exciting.
too. Yeah, he's yelling and running around.
Argentina with the corner here.
Iceland right away. Look at it.
Iceland going for it again.
Right away.
I like that.
Here we go.
Oh, just
in the box.
Put it in. Woo.
Don't foul him.
Oh!
What a play.
Oh!
It's not over.
Nigeria pressing here.
Oh, Nigeria!
Oh! It's too much.
It's here. It's here.
What's he saying?
Oh boy, penalty. Is he gonna give it?
What?
He's saying that his shot hit his arm. Lovren's on both games.
This is
where
Aren't you supposed to make a player bandage that up when he's bleeding profusely like that? Not that I'd go tell Mascherano to get off the pitch, but I think he hit Rojo's arm.
For some reason, I find it very amusing that the referee's in the VAR booth.
Yes! That's a penalty!
That's a penalty.
That is a penalty. Rojo, what are you doing, pal? Jesus.
Hey, Lover may have hit that cross with his arm, but that Man United defender there, that's worse. I'm sorry, that is worse.
Rojo. Unbelievable. That was definitely a penalty, by the way.
Yeah.
That was definitely a penalty.
What was that?
How amazing is that, though? Within like 5 minutes of each other.
He called for the box.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be. It's got to be.
Iceland's going to have their heart broken, aren't they?
Yeah. It's looking like it. Move for the next. That's the one you hit, and you're like, oh, God, did I hit too hard?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. I wouldn't want Sigurdsson as my penalty kick taker anymore after he missed one, and that one didn't
He's saying that it's not a penalty.
He waved it off.
This is a joke.
Where's Maradona? We saw it on camera. He must be down there.
I'm sorry, this is a joke. Messi today and Ronaldo yesterday, they want to keep Argentina in the competition.
If that's the other way.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
He doesn't even go to VAR. He calls it on the field.
So here, what's the rule? So the referee's there telling him it's because it hit off of his head first, and then his arm.
That's probably what he's saying.
FIFA is a joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but guarantee if that's the other way around, Argentina gets a penalty.
Of course.
Corruption at its finest, right here, folks.
How much does that cost?
I'd like to know. I'd like to know the exact rule on that.
You know, it always, whenever I hear like commentators, it always sounds so arbitrary. Well, it was ball to hand, or it was his arm that was above his body, not below it when he's making the tackle.
Or it's in an unnatural position.
Yeah, it seems so arbitrary. What's unnatural? You know, I don't know.
But I'm wondering if there's a rule that if it comes off of the defender from a different body part and then hits the defender's hand, with unlike the ball just happens to hit the hand, is that then? Is that then?
He headed it.
Here's the question. Right? Here's the answer.
Does it change the?
Yeah, it does. It
changes the play.
Gallo was about to get that ball on his feet.
Yeah.
And
it denied a clear goal scoring opportunity.
Exactly right. Exactly.
That's tough to say though, because the goal didn't have the ball.
I know, but it stopped from a Gallo getting the ball, his hand in the way, which stopped a goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah.
Wow.
And again, it exposes VAR here. It exposes it
caught
again.
out VAR has been
2 times in the last 2 days. Ridiculous.
Well, Argentina got a gift. Now it's up to them.
And now what's going to happen is that they're going to give
they're going to get a goal.
5 minutes extra or 6 minutes extra time.
Oh, of course. We could be here another hour.
Yeah. Has Messi scored yet? No. Yeah. Give him another 5 minutes there, lads. Box. Anyone there? Oh! The only thing about Nigeria here, they look a bit shaky when Argentina are on the attack.
Yeah.
One of our commenters says it's not a penalty. No intent, hand not in an unnatural position, ball to hand. All things that don't make any sense. All I know is his hand stopped Nigeria from having a great look at goal. I don't know.
I mean, there
that's
are
the rule.
arguments.
The rule needs to change.
Yeah, there are arguments on both sides, but I mean, listen. If it was on the other side, we all know what way it was going to go. Messi, I guess Aguero now. Okay.
Here comes Kun.
I mean, if you look at the same thing, Lovren was running towards goal. It wasn't. He didn't go like this. It hit his arm behind. Like you can make an argument too. Is that an unnatural position where you run, your arm is behind you?
I think
the ball hit his hand?
Lovren stuck his arm out.
Yeah.
Did he stick it out?
Yeah,
he stuck his arm out.
Yeah.
Maybe that's natural for him.
His natural running motion.
Yeah, who's to say? Sterling's natural running motion is T-Rex. You know, I don't know what's natural.
Lovren runs like anime characters.
So there it is. There, Croatia first, Nigeria second.
Argentina last.
Yeah, Argentina last. I wonder what odds you would have gotten with the bookies. That Argentina would finish last in this group.
They were what, third favorite, I think, before the tournament?
They were.
Maybe
Yeah.
so.
Oh, we got the chance!
Oh, that's the one.
Higuain. The legend of Higuain for Argentina.
Some Brazilians might have made that bet.
Yeah, I'm sure they would have actually. Yeah. That was your opportunity.
That was it. You got to do it.
How do you do it? Like, come on.
But you know what? But that's his first. I think it's his first kind of clear opportunity of the match. That's why you hope for him to have more early on in the game. It's a law of averages, man. The more
rhythm.
chances you take at goal, one of them's going to go in. And for that to be his kind of only clear one of the match.
Yeah. Poor old Maradona's having a bit of a breakdown there at the side of the pitch.
Maradona constipated. I mean, even if you're Higuain, if you're a big name player like that, you're a star man, you play for Juventus, all that.
That's your job.
Keep it on target.
Yeah,
Keeper makes a save, he makes a save.
That's why you get paid $100K a week. Do you know what I mean? Those opportunities. I know he's playing for Argentina, but still.
Wow. Couldn't believe that. Ten minutes.
It's high pace. It's getting hectic. It's getting hectic. Both games. Here comes Iceland. Woo. I have to say, man, Iceland's been playing well.
Yeah.
This game, like they've been knocking the ball around. Showed some creativity.
The only thing about Croatia here is that they're already through.
Yeah. True.
And, you know,
Yeah,
you're not going to get the best representation of how well they can play because of that. And they also need to or Iceland need to go forward. So we're going to see Argentina, or we're going to see Iceland go for it.
Yeah.
Because this is their chance.
It's a good chance right here.
Yeah, here we go.
Two set
Oh, they put
pieces at the
Rakitic
same
in.
time. What's that?
Rakitic is
Croatia,
in?
yeah, they put Rakitic in.
Yeah, he's coming on, yeah. He came
They
on.
did put him in because
Yeah.
he's on a yellow.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's risky. Uh-oh, here it
Counter.
comes. Look at that run. Wow.
Rakitic on the
Take
far
it over the
post.
top.
What's he waiting for?
Oh, yellow card.
That's foul.
Yeah. How many minutes has Dybala played so far? I know he came on as a sub. 20 minutes?
And he's still not in right now,
He's
right?
not in.
And they don't have any more subs.
That's poor. Poor form.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, what a
I
save.
thought it was in.
Handball. That's better for Moses.
Yeah.
Woo. What is
Free. That was a
happening
free.
right now?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Tell you what, Mascherano's putting in quite
Hell
the
of an effort.
shift. Yeah.
What's St. Pauli done though? Aguero, great, but Meza and
that's pretty
Pavon,
soft.
are they the answer? Is that?
Absolutely not. Like, you change your formation to fit in the best players on the pitch, in my opinion, when it's not working. It's a good save by the keeper there, actually. Armani got down well.
Of all the names we've heard, that,
Yeah.
that one's the one that gets me the
Definitely.
most.
Yeah.
It's definitely getting close to the knockout round.
We go Iceland, bringing on Gudmundsson.
Here's a quiz question for you. Italy won the World Cup in 1934. The world press, however, claimed they had a 12th man. Oof. Who are they referring to? So I'll start again. Italy won the 1934 World Cup at home. The world press, however, claimed they had a 12th man. What were they referring to?
Mussolini.
Ref.
Mussolini or the ref, or both? I don't know. Who would be their 12th man? Yeah, it's got to either be like a ref or Mussolini, maybe. That was during his rise, I think.
Correct. Was the referee.
It was
Was
a
it?
referee.
Yeah, due to many dubious decisions in favour of Italy throughout the tournament. And I'd say it might have been Mussolini as well, given a few brown envelopes.
What was the World Cup? Was it '78 in Argentina? When there was all kinds of talk that, like when they beat Peru like 6-7-0?
Penalty!
Penalty! No? Not even going to take a look?
Not even a...
Not even a VR. Oh, okay.
How is Mascherano still in the field?
How is he up? Yeah, how is he in the box already?
He looks like he's about to go out to war.
He does.
Tired. 78 was when Argentina won, and that was when Mario
Yes.
Kempes scored those two
Yeah,
goals.
but there was a game against Peru that they won like 7-0, and they had to win by like
Yeah.
6 goals or something.
I think it was like they had to win by like 9 goals or something, and it ended up being like 11-0 or something.
Something
Yeah.
crazy, yeah.
Oh.
What was that?
You meant that.
Yeah, of
Mess
course.
with the
Right
right.
foot.
Okay. Was
Oh,
the
good
vision was
read.
there. Yeah, it was good read.
You just see that when Messi played that ball out on the left, that was Metza who couldn't anticipate that. That's not.
Put it in. Put it in.
Bad ball.
It is.
Someone!
Boom.
Oh! That's what we're talking about!
Wait, is that Rojo?
Rojo! Get in, Rojo!
For a second.
He redeemed
All right,
himself.
come on, Iceland.
Go on, Rojo.
Oh my
Iceland.
God.
Wow.
Iceland, you need one.
I don't believe it. Maradona's never met that guy.
Oh.
Whoa, hey, oh, there you go.
Oh, he's such a idiot.
He's dancing with the Nigerians before the match, and now he's just going fingers up, huh? Wow. That was unbelievable.
And on his weaker foot, too.
Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah, it's a
finish.
great finish,
Great
man.
finish. For a
Jeez.
centre back.
Higuain, are you watching?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just a redirect, man. Redirection. Inside of the foot.
I took
Oh.
that
Argentina
really well.
I can't
now
believe
are
that.
in second position on 4 points. Nigeria in third on 3.
I told you they were going to find a way to get through.
This is incredible.
I love the World Cup.
Once you're through the group stage, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Starts
Doesn't matter.
over.
Croatia on the attack here. Oh.
So now Iceland are probably going great. Just one goal, right? No, or maybe 2. They still have to win, right?
They have to win.
They have to win.
Yeah.
Not enough time, though. I can't believe that.
Plenty of time. Nigeria's going to be furious about that non-calling the penalty.
How do you head the ball into your own arm when you're basically almost alone, but then do that?
Incredible.
But in fairness, though, I mean, I would have not liked to see Messi bow out at this stage.
No, of course
Just-
not.
No, you want the best players in as long as possible.
Yeah.
But then also Nigeria's, look,
Yeah.
you know,
Look what it means, though, to the fans there. I think that guy
That's
was
it.
crying.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to see that.
Iceland still has time.
wow.
Not a lot, but
No, not
stranger
much.
things have happened. Especially if you're a set-piece team, right?
Bro, buckle up.
Yeah, this is going to be a long 2 minutes plus extra time, right?
How much added time do you think it's put
Last
on?
sub.
I reckon it's going to be 4 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes.
It's always, with VAR now, it's always over. It's 4 at least. Like
Yeah.
4 is the new 3 minutes.
Yeah. Higuain on the left
You
here.
better take that straight to the corner flag.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get greedy. We saw Sweden do it.
Yeah.
That's a bit better. Croatia,
Croatia.
ice it.
Oh, Croatia!
It's over. Perisic.
Perisic. Great finish.
Wow.
Iceland.
That was a top finish. Argentina are going to get through.
Unless Nigeria ties it up, right?
Yeah. Wow.
That's it for Iceland. No way they're scoring 2 with however much stoppage time there is.
Great finish.
Yeah.
That's a great finish.
Who does Perisic play for again?
Inter.
Milan, yeah. There was actually talk of Perisic going to Manchester United.
They tried to get him.
Yeah, I think they tried to get him, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, keeper
Almost
should have
had
done it
it.
a little bit better, though, in fairness.
Almost had it.
Oh man, they're gonna be singing tonight. The Argentinian
yeah,
fans.
they really are.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The World Cup's better with them in it.
I feel like that's just what like successful countries do. Right? Like successful soccer countries in the World Cup, like they find a way to
Yeah.
get through the group stage,
Exactly.
and then, like you said, after that, it's a very different tournament. But they just find a way. Like
Tony Kroos for Germany, like
exactly.
if that's not Germany, if that's Saudi Arabia, is that going in? That's going into the stands.
Right. It's just they find a way somehow, and then maybe another result kind of goes their way, and
Messi showing his experience here, getting
There
the
you
corner.
Goal.
Goal kick, is it?
Unlucky.
Wow. Wow.
Who's getting booked?
Nigerian.
Back-
yeah.
Or
It's not-
previous.
It's not Mascherano, is it?
Mikel.
John Obi.
He's playing over in
Early
China as well, I
foul.
think.
4 minutes in the Iceland match. It's not enough time.
I think Mikel broke his hand in the first game
Oh.
of the World Cup.
In this one?
Yeah.
Really?
And that's why he's wearing a cast now.
And 4 minutes in this one. Okay.
So there's 4 minutes and
They
4
said
minutes.
it. Yeah, it's another 3 minutes.
Long 4 minutes.
I feel like this is the part too that, with the U.S. not being in it and like your main team, you don't have this where like everything. Like as a neutral, it's been really fun.
Yeah,
Right? Like I just won great games,
Exactly.
good times,
Yeah.
but you miss that like every single moment matters.
Yeah.
3 minutes of stoppage time, you're sweating bullets.
Oh,
Kuhn's gonna get one.
Oh, good defending.
That's good defending.
There's never that possibility where I'm gonna feel so
There you go,
terrible
Messi.
tomorrow.
Look
Like,
at
I'm gonna
that.
wake up
See that
feeling
challenge?
awful.
Look at that tackle from Messi there.
Brilliant.
92nd
You
minute.
missed that in the first 2 games.
What? So?
Messi,
Moose
you know,
off.
challenging like that in the attacking third, man, just showing some passion, man.
Exactly.
That's more like it.
Oh,
Good ball into the box.
Good ball.
this is how it ends for Iceland. Again, like Iran and Morocco yesterday, man. They need to be proud of this performance.
So if Iceland, right, if Iceland get a goal, oh no, only get them on, yeah, okay, 2 points.
The draw's not good enough if Argentina wins.
On goal?
Lovren.
Toronto just looks like a
Lovren
soul.
back in it.
Lovren almost with the own goal.
Jeez.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Looks like he's on the front line.
It does.
Who, Mask?
Yeah.
What's going on here? San Pauli's got to take the free kick.
But like I saw like Sampaoli like celebrating on the touchline there, like, and you're kind of going, this isn't you, pal.
Yeah.
This is the player.
This is in spite of you.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it. Iceland's done.
Iceland's out.
Unlucky
Croatia,
Iceland.
Unlucky, yeah.
9 points. Impressive.
Well done, Iceland.
Look at the Argentinian sideline. It's amazing.
They're going wild.
Going wild.
Crazy.
That is fresh blood.
Really proud of that, man. Missed so many opportunities. It's unfortunate.
That's one thing that I'm actually really impressed by the South American teams in this World Cup, and I suppose it's like in every World Cup, is the fans.
Amazing. Like the Peruvian fans. were
Peruvian
phenomenal.
fans were incredible. Like the Colombian
the
fans,
Colombian fans,
the whole
Mexican
stadium was
fans.
Yeah.
Rocking.
You know, you can just see how much it means to everyone. And
You heard about in Mexico when they scored against Germany, it created like
an earthquake. Yeah.
Can you imagine how much human power has to be generated for that to happen?
That's the thing. Like. But I mean, if you look at the likes of like Switzerland, where like it kind of like the whole country isn't behind, but like it just in these kind of matches, it shows you like the level that it gets to with the likes of Argentina.
That's amazing.
They're still calling for the whistle. I think that's it though now.
Well, Argentina's been wasting some time, so I
Yeah.
think the refs accounting for that.
Oh,
Send it up,
Send
man.
it up, man. Yeah. Oh.
Get it, at least get in the box.
How about a goal for Nigeria?
Nani.
Wow.
Wow.
That was a chance right there.
That's it, huh?
That's it?
That's it.
Gee.
I don't believe it.
Argentina.
Sampaoli.
Straight into
Straight
the
to the
dressing
dressing
room.
room.
Tactical masterclass by Sampaoli right there.
The chess master, the tinker.
The ticker, man.
Finally,
The fans
you know,
are on the pitch.
That was a test.
Yeah.
His team passed barely. He was just testing to see their
After
character.
14 attempts of changing his team,
He finally got one.
he finally got one right. What a man. Tactician.
Oh my God, that was so good.
Move over, Mourinho. Wow.
That was something else.
No one says Rojo for
No one took him, huh?
the next goal scorer, yeah.
Same guy. who
If
had
somebody
John
did,
Stones.
you would have had to just give him the jersey.
Yeah, like it's
Like,
over. It's over. Apologies to whoever
Yeah.
picked, Mane in the last one or whatever, but Marcus Rojo. Wow. And you know what this keeps alive? Quarterfinal Portugal, Argentina possibility.
That's right, actually, yeah.
I think
That would be amazing.
Argentina will be an underdog against France, and Portugal probably the same against Uruguay. But
It's a possibility.
it is a possibility. Maradona is not well.
So Argentina plays France next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
But France hasn't looked particularly interesting.
I was going to say,
They've
like,
got the talent,
they
but
got
the
the
results
talent.
have just been good enough.
But I think it's
a little bit like Brazil, kind of, where...
Yeah, I think it's the old story, though, with France. Like, they have the team individually... Incredible. But it just seems to not click. And it hasn't done... I think it was when did I not get out of the group stage? Was it 2010?
2002.
After
when they were the holders in Senegal.
That's right, yeah. There's something not clicking there, I don't think, at this point. But, again, you know, it only takes one victory to kind of change that whole attitude, I think, against a good team.
You never know. Or the French could surrender. They're also good at that, too.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's political, yeah.
It's not even political these days. It's commonplace. Should we take a look at...
yeah, let's have a look.
It's a bit of a come down after watching all that action. But let's look at some data. Let's nerd out for a little bit here.
Let's geek out a little bit.
Which one should we start with?
Let's have a look at the Nigeria versus Argentina game.
I can't remember who was playing who. I was watching both monitors here.
Yeah, so this is actually quite surprising that, you know, you'd expect maybe the game to be a little bit more in Nigeria's kind of third of the pitch.
Well, let's look at the first half. You could see possession more or less the same, only 13%, and then in the second half, I think it ramped up a little bit more to 33%. So you could see as the game grew on, Argentina were really pushing when they had to go for broke.
Yeah, I suppose even looking at Nigeria, though, like, I mean, I think there was a lot to be exposed in that defence for Argentina, and they didn't really take advantage of that by only getting 14% of the time up in there in the third. Yeah, I suppose looking at the Argentina line here, again, they played a bit more higher up the pitch. They were pressing a lot more. I noticed that in the first half as well. Did you kind of see that, where every time Nigeria got the ball, they were pressing, they were in their faces, and you can kind of see here by the positions on the pitch that they were in.
I think, yeah, that's what we all kind of noticed that from the eye. I think that's more or less how the game played out. And they fell back a little more in the second half when they kind of had to react to Argentina pushing. Whose touches, passes, what do you want to see? You want to see a heat map? You tell me. What.
Let's have a look at Messi in terms of heat map.
Mr. Messi.
Lionel. Look at this.
Second half or first or both?
Let's look at the second half.
Start here.
Look at this. This is beautiful. This is a piece of art right here. He's getting around. He's getting on the ball. He's looking for the ball. Again, he's down the right-hand side a little bit more, as you would expect, but he was playing in a free role, which gave him the ability to go on the left-hand side of the pitch. But when he did get the ball, you know, he was a lot more effective than in the first two matches. But I like to see this because it shows that he wanted to go for it.
Influential. I mean, he's getting around. He used a lot of touches on the ball. I think we can actually just look at his touch map. You can see in the 50 touches in the second half. I mean, you want him touching the ball. You want him near the ball. But just the threat of him or him with the ball is what drives Argentina on.
Again, looking outside the box as well. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches of the ball around the box. It's exactly where you want Messi to be on the pitch. Get him that ball. He can turn and he can take shots as well. Yeah, so 30 passes overall. I mean, I suppose, you know, when he did get the ball, if you look at the forward passes here, you know, he made a few kind of decent enough passes, but I think with Messi, you want to give him the ball and then he can run with it rather than him passing it around.
So you're not looking for a high volume number of passes, maybe more so on shots or something like that?
You know, I mean, shot count is definitely more important, I think, for a player like Messi.
So let's take a look at his shots overall. None in the second half, but in the first, obviously, is his goal, and then the one save.
But like I think one thing that was noticeable, and it came at the end of the game, where he made a tackle in the opposition half, and you could see that was a massive change.
Full speed,
like dive and tackle in. Like that kind of shows like that he was up for it, rather than the first two games that he wasn't at all.
We harped on his body language in the first two matches and throughout a lot, saying he was it wasn't even positive or negative. He was just so vanilla about everything.
He was vacant. Yeah.
That when they see that kind of tackle, that kind of emotion, doesn't that
cheese
fire
up
up the team?
The rest of the players as well, and that's what you need from a captain. And this is what we need to remember. This guy is the captain of Argentina. He is the role model. He is the example. And he needs to show it on the pitch.
No one else can claim to be tired or not up for a challenge or a tackle or doing a bit of legwork when they have to. When you see the GOAT man himself
Yeah.
making that kind of run and tackle to potentially save the match.
Exactly.
Is there anything you want to see about Nigeria, or do you want to jump into the other match?
Let's have a look at the other match.
All right.
Iceland, Croatia. What we got here? Okay, so Iceland here, I mean, you know, yeah, as I said, you know, looking at the players, looking at the ability, looking at the teams that they play for when they're going forward, 8 misses out of 16, so they missed 50% of the chances that they had.
It's not even hitting the target.
It's not even hitting the target. They made the keeper save a couple of times. In fairness, in the first half, the guy with the beard, I think is Gunnarsson, yeah. He kind of made the keeper work a little bit. Again, they weren't clinical enough, and again, Croatia, you could see that we're on top of them for most of the time. Croatia were peppering the goal here. Look at this.
Sure.
14 attempts. Missing quite a bit though, in fairness. But again, you know, they did what they needed to do. Anything you take from this at all?
I'd say if we look at the first half, yeah, the game is mostly played more so on Croatia's side of the field. We saw in the first half, Argentina looked like the likelier team to win that match. They were positive, they were going for it.
Yeah.
Then the second half, a couple of the subs came on, maybe some of the pressure started to get to Iceland, or maybe they ran out of some of their ideas.
Yeah.
Then you could see that they started to creep forward, Croatia did, and they had more dangerous opportunities. Perisic only needed one good look to score, whereas Iceland, we counted all their chances. Oh, if he just would have put his foot through that or kept that on target. Difference in quality there.
Yeah, that's the difference between the two sides, all right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you look at Croatia here, like the two centre-backs are playing quite deep now, in fairness, but it gives the wing-backs or the left and right full-back to actually move up the pitch a little bit more. But as you can see, they are focused a lot down the centre here with their formation that they have as well.
And when the changes happen, what did we see?
They went even deeper, I suppose. But look at it. This is interesting. So this is in after the changes were made for Iceland. Look at that, number 4 as a striker. That's a bit strange, isn't it?
By any means
Good
necessary, yeah.
But Towson, the number 21, look how far he was up the pitch. He was like, give me the ball. But in fairness, when he got the ball, he didn't really do too much with it.
One of your favorite players. I think you got a few of his kits at home, huh?
I do, actually, yeah.
You don't pay by the letter, I hope. Overall, we'll start with?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I suppose, you know, their strengths probably are going down the centre, but, you know, they just weren't clinical enough. Even when they did kind of pass it out to the side, there was no major kind of threat there, or if there was a good little cross in, there was no one on the end of it.
Croatia's true to their forms, keeping it down that left side. And judging by the Perisic goal, great plan,
Give it to Perisic. That's what they're doing. And listen, give the ball to the guy who can create, and he scored a great goal. On the right-hand side, they were a lot weaker, so they were focusing on their strengths in that one.
So just sort of looking at some of the final stats out of that match. Anything jump out at you?
Yeah, I mean, fair play to Croatia. Like, their accurate passes, 86%. I think I've only seen maybe Germany and Spain having a little bit higher than that. I think Germany were 91%. Again, that shows the quality that they have in the team. Hitting together 447 accurate passes. In terms of anything else, is there anything that stands out for you?
I mean, maybe the fact that 518 is a little bit lower, especially for Croatia. If we went back and looked at some of their earlier matches, they felt like they had a higher volume of passes. Maybe speaks to some of the changes they made.
Exactly. I'm thinking maybe with Croatia, it's kind of like, okay, let's make 8 changes. We don't need to win this game. So maybe they're not as effective as they could be if they play their A team.
You see over there for Iceland, 20 crosses, but only 6 of them were accurate. That's not good enough for them. That probably explains why they only got 1 goal, maybe not that second or third.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even looking at the total passes in the final third, I mean, it was fairly even. But if we look at the accurate passes in the final third, that's the difference right there.
Should we compare maybe Sigurdsson and Modric?
Yeah, absolutely. Gylfi, Sigurdsson.
Your boy.
Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. 93% accurate or successful pass. I mean, that's what you're looking for in a midfielder. Against Sigurdsson, again, it shows the kind of gap in quality, in my opinion. Sigurdsson plays for Everton, Modric plays for Real Madrid. That's the difference right there.
Both creating chances, though. I think clearly probably the best players on each of their sides, respectively.
Yeah, like the thing with Modric, though, is like that, you know, he's not going to be playing to 100%. Sigurdsson, this was his chance. This was his opportunity, you know, to make a name for himself. Okay, he did hit 80% of the successful passes. He did score a penalty, but I wanted to see more of him. He is the guy who could change games, and he didn't really kind of do as much.
That's why Modric is going on and Sigurdsson's going home. So if we look now at the bracket as we're filling it in, we can see now that Croatia slots into this spot. As we mentioned earlier, they'll be playing Denmark and possibly the winner. Anything you're looking for with Croatia, Denmark, or on the other side with France and Argentina?
I think the France and Argentina is definitely the tie of the round. How do you think it's going to go? Actually, what's your opinion on that?
I mean, it really depends on which team shows up for both teams, right?
Yeah.
Like France hasn't been particularly good, although they clearly got out of the group easy. Argentina scraped through, and both on their day. I mean, it could be like this could be a phenomenal game.
Yeah.
Individually, I'd say France is probably a better team.
Yeah.
You know, across all positions.
Yeah.
And I just hope that both teams really come out and like get after it.
Yeah.
That's like you said. That's I think the draw of the round.
The one thing that I might be a little bit worried for Argentina in this game is that France can expose defences, and the Argentinian defence is weak, in my opinion. It could be a one-sided game. Hopefully, it's not for Messi, but we'll see.
Can you get amnesia? Can you just clear your memory and go, all right, forget that group stage when we almost were embarrassed and went home. Whatever, we're on to the next round. You know, could they be like night and day all of a sudden?
I think so.
Looking at the players here on the screen here,
they're still celebrating.
They're still celebrating. This is going to give them a kick up the ass, and this is really going to put them into a mindset of a winning kind of mentality.
Yeah. And also, too, when you think about like them coming off this, there's a lot of energy, a lot of passion that they have going into the next round. Yeah. France is coming off a terrible game against Denmark, like,
sure. Yeah.
Right? So, does that matter at all? Does it play into it? It'd be, you know, an interesting thing to see if Argentina can kind of ride the high that they just got, whereas France is kind of. I mean, it was a terrible game against Denmark.
You look at World Cup winning teams or trophy winning teams, and it rarely does it ever go perfectly. There's moments of adversity. Maybe this is Argentina's moment where, you know, they were kind of in the crucible and they got through it. They found a way. It wasn't pretty, but they got through. Maybe now they kind of play with a little bit of Maradona middle fingers up, where okay, you guys, everyone wanted to write us out and laugh at us, all the memes and the jokes, but guess what? We're through. Other teams aren't, so it's a fresh start. Maybe that's their moment that they use as fuel.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Maybe. I think that they definitely tactically need to figure out how to get their best players on the field. And also, I think that they do struggle at the back and they can get exposed. I mean, imagine like people like Mbappe and the likes running at.
They could ruin them.
They could.
Yeah, they really could.
But both teams, you know, in that match seem to have a few things to sort out.
Big time.
Croatia, you know, not their strongest team, not a lot of motivation today. But guess what? They still got 3 points, and they won against a pretty decent team who was throwing everything they had at them. Where do they rank now among the favorites to win the whole tournament?
Well, I mean, you know, I don't want to gloat, but I did say that Croatia were my dark horse to win the World Cup. I think they were at 33-1 before the World Cup. I think they must be at like 10-1. They must be like 4th or 5th favorites in the World Cup right now. My only issue with Croatia is their striker. I just don't.
You're not a Mandzukic guy.
No, even Kramaric today. Like, I mean, he scored a goal, didn't he? I think he might have.
First.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't think that in the final third, that their striker position is of quality. And Mandzukic is not a guy that I would really like to rely on. Brilliant midfield. Don't get me wrong.
Sure. Maybe the best.
Everyone apart from Lovren in the defence is decent. But that's my only issue with them.
Well, I think that's about it for us.
Yeah.
Ben, thanks for joining us
Thanks
today.
for having me.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah,
Look forward to seeing some more bumpy pitch gear on the players out there and around. Mr. Mask, always a pleasure. Gabi, I think, had to run out. He snuck out while he could. He took a chance, but he'll be back. So that's it for us, guys. Send us some love, comments, tweets, subscribe, likes, dislikes. Everything is all good. Send us some love, and anything you want to see, we're happy to show you too. So thanks for joining, and remember, if you're watching this, you are the convention.